Yo, yo, why are black conservatives trashing sinners? We're going to talk about Robert Johnson, Jason Whitlock out of line, Stevie Knight is out of line. These brothers out of line. They know they wrong. Get them out of here. The movie Sinners, terrific movie. I think everyone should go see the movie Sinners. I definitely recommend it. Great movie. Perfect. I mean, the movie perfect. Great movie. I saw Mr. Fantastic. Kind of hating a little bit. He didn't hate too bad. But he hated a little. I get it. Angry Man was hating. You know, he always hating on black cinema. Jason Whitlock is out of line. And Stevie Knight trash as well for his review as well. So here we go. We're going to talk about this for a second. Before we get into it, of talking about, the movie Sinners, which is a great movie in like the 1930s. Had sharecroppers, had Chicago gangsters coming back to the South. They were from the South, Mississippi. We had the church. Had good music. Everything was when we even shout out to the Asians. The Asians was in there doing their thing too. Shout out to the Asians. But we're going to talk about, before we get into the review, right? I got to bring up Robert Johnson. Brother supposedly sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads to be able to play the guitar better than he ever played it before. That was an underlying story that wasn't talked about in this movie, which was a great movie, might I add. But we got to get on to about these ultra critical conservatives of black media. They trash. We're gonna go ahead and get into it, right? Let's get into it, right? Let's go into it, right? So, like, we get into it off gate. Let me share this with you. So off gate, we got Jason Whitlock. On one of his channels called Jason Whitlock Harmony or whatever. I guess he started a new channel called Jason Whitlock Harmony. That sounds quite weak. Anyway, he says Sinners is intended to send you straight to hell. This is wild. This is wild. You can't even watch a movie. Because it's going to send you straight to hell. Come on, dog.
The very popular movie Sinners. If you've watched the regular channel, the main channel, you've probably already heard me and Shamika talking a little bit about the movie Sinners. I went to go see it on a Monday night at 10 p.m. Theaters were packed. packed. It opened, I think, $60 million in box office. I think the #1 movie in America. People are going to see this movie. I didn't like it. I don't like most movies. I really didn't like this movie. You've already heard a little bit of my take, but I thought the overall message of the movie was negative. I thought the plot was not, and I know it's a horror movie and a spoof, but I just didn't like the movie. It's a story about two twin brothers played by the actor Michael B. Jordan that seemed to be having left, maybe doing some crime for Al Capone in Chicago, and they've traveled back down to their hometown in Mississippi to set up a juke joint, a bar, a nightclub.
Now, he made sure that he got in. Now, Jason Whitlock made sure that he brought up Chicago and crime in these juke joints. He's hitting all the talking points off gate.
Club in this little small town in Mississippi. They do all this in a single day, buy the building, set up a nightclub, and at night they host a big party with, where it's kind of futuristic, or they're trying to show a connection that even in the 1930s, women were already twerking, and there were people already.
Yes, women were twerking in 1930. Yes, Jason Whitlock, I know it's hard for you to fathom, but yes, women were definitely twerking in 1930. Come on, dog. This ain't new.
DJing or whatever, but that's movie, and that's creative license, I guess. But then it turns into a vampire story where the vampires, or the initial vampires, are white, and they seem to represent evil, and the black people are trying to save themselves from getting.
Now he has a problem with white vampires. All I have ever known is white vampires. I didn't know about a black. Eventually, they did have some black people who played vampires, like Blade, and I think like Count Dracula. I think they had a black guy play another vampire. But every vampire I have ever known has been white. I have never Count Dracula. Nigga, all the vampires are white. This shit is crazy.
Bitten by the vampires, and because if they get bitten by the vampires, they turn into vampires, they turn evil. And at one point, I think the white vampire says, yeah, once we kill all of you, we'll be in heaven. And then just out of nowhere at the end, the KKK shows up, and Michael B. Jordan shoots and kills 30 KKK guys that he somehow knew was coming. I don't know how he knew they were coming, and he prepared to ambush them. And then at the end, the woman that he killed, that he had sex with during the movie, she has a baby. She dies. She comes back to life. She's nursing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the movie was. I was sitting there with my mouth wide open. The young people in the audience seemed to be eating the movie up. I would give it 0 stars out of 5 stars, or 0 stars out of 4 stars, or 0. I'd give it was a bad.
A 0.
Bad movie, but I don't like most movies. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm going to, with that introduction, I'm gonna put Kevin on the spot first and make Kevin our diversity, our DEI hire.
Yes.
For harm.
Yes.
I'm gonna make Kevin your take on the movie.
Well, it started off really great. I thought like it was a time period movie. What was it? The 30s or 40s?
32, 19.
See, of course, he thought it started out great in the 1930s. Of course, he ain't watch all. He ain't watch it all. He ain't watch it all. That's what I'm saying. What up, Link? Of course he would like the movie being in the 1930s.
1932.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so it was a time period movie. I thought the character development was great. I thought Michael B. Jordan was awesome. I thought all the characters were great. The church, I thought it was going in the right direction. But like you said, the subtle KKK, like when the guy goes to the house and you see the KKK hood.
Yeah.
Now, these people are in the same position as the black people were. They were
This is crazy, and this is so disingenuous. We know that the KKK is watched by the white, but the KKK is watched by the Southern Poverty Act. We know that the Ku Klux Klan is white people in poverty. What is he talking about? The Ku Klux Klan has always been poor whites. This is crazy.
basically white Jim Crow era folks working in the cotton fields. And then it was, there was some subtle disrespect towards Christianity, some disrespect towards, they were singing Irish folk songs. Here are these satanic people who are, infected with the spirit of Satan.
If you go watch the movie, they are not disrespecting Christianity. They are definitely not. And so what if the Irish songs was considered evil?
And it seemed like, and they're singing these joyful Irish folk songs, which I grew up listening to some of these, I'm half Irish. And then,
what did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
Which spirit of Satan, it seemed like, and they're singing these joyful Irish folk songs, which I grew up listening to some of these, I'm half Irish, joyful Irish folk songs, which I grew up listening to some of these, I'm half Irish, Irish folk songs, which I grew up listening to some of these, I'm half Irish. And then it got weird. Like I didn't understand when they had the dancing and they integrated.
It got weird. See, now the conservatives are using Democrats. That didn't Kamala's Tim Walz go there with the weird? I thought the weird was like the left's term, because weird is very subjective. Like we don't really know, like anything could be considered weird. Now you're using the left. Now you're using left terms, weird, with a conservative thought. Okay.
Did some of the new hip hop.
They
showed the DJ. I was a little confused by that, but it's a movie, so I went along with it. And then I didn't really understand, like you just mentioned, the KKK guys at the end coming, and where did they come from? There was like a plot loss for me. I didn't understand why that happened and why he had to kill them all. I know he said early on, if you come back on my property,
yes,
I'll kill you. Which
how did he know they were coming though? He was prepared.
How did he know?
Jason Whitlock and the DEI white man on the channel have a problem with black people being prepared for white violence. Whoa. That's kind of crazy right there. That's technically what they're saying. They're saying, how dare, what up, Bronze? Yeah. Nigga laugh out loud because exactly. Nigga, because the vampire told them they were coming. And he said, if you want, exactly. It's like they didn't watch the movie. They went in to hate the movie.
Rising.
Well, and this is after being up all night.
Yes.
Fighting the vampires.
Yes.
And there's an interesting take about vampires. I know Jesus versus vampires. Jesus came to give his blood so that we can have life. Vampires come to steal your blood so they can have life. It's all about, so Christianity, Christ is about giving his blood, dying for us.
Who created vampire culture? Like black people did not create vampire culture. So don't sit here and try to make, oh, this is about Jesus Christ giving life and the vampires taking life. Your people created vampire culture. Transylvania is not an African country. Or wherever the hell y'all people, wherever the hell your vampire people come from, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not a black place.
Being a vampire is about taking your blood so that you could have life. So it's selfishness versus giving, right? So I like that analogy within the movie. They don't have that in the movie, but that's the analogy I drew from it. And I also thought was interesting was, the light kills evil. Like when you come into the light, evil can't hide in the light. It can only hide in the darkness. So like when the sun rose and all the vampires died. But there was also some.
That has always been the case. Exactly. Vampires were created by Europeans. And now all of a sudden, he's surprised that the sun kills vampires. Everyone knew from white culture and white movies that sunlight, wooden stakes, and silver kills vampires, and garlic. We all knew this from your culture. Y'all told us this. Now you surprised?
Carmelo Anthony stuff there too died. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the
how in the hell did Carmelo Anthony get into this movie review? Y'all got to explain this to me, conservatives. How did y'all let Carmelo Anthony slip into this movie interview? Y'all are out of damn line.
The stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, So anyway, there's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, Stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, Stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, The stake. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with the stuff there too with died. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. There's all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake.
Dude, that's crazy, fam. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy, conservatives. Y'all out of line. Y'all. What happened to the stomp down conservatives? Y'all are trying to find every way to make Carmelo Anthony guilty. Y'all went and saw the movie Sinners and ultimately thought of Carmelo Anthony. That is a psychology and a pathology inside of y'all. You went and saw a movie named Sinners, and the first thing that comes to your mind is Carmelo Anthony. Why?
So anyway, it was
he saw that didn't hit. Yeah, he saw that didn't hit.
Heart with this wooden stake, So anyway, it was these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, So anyway, it was
he saw that wasn't. Yeah, he saw that won't sticking. Yeah, so anyway,
on a 4-star, I give it a 2. I think here's the other piece too. It was kind of the pastor father said, "Put down the guitar." He was begging his son to put down his sin, right?
Yes.
Instead, he held on to his sin, and it turned out that he kind of at the end he was a hero because he went on to play the blues all over. That's how the movie ended, with him as an old man playing the blues. So instead of turning from his sin that got him into all this trouble, he clung to his sin. And it was kind of showing them the young man who clung to his sin ended up being the hero, which I thought was a interesting take as well. So anyway, that's my DEI take for the day. I hope you guys appreciate it. I deserve a raise.
Virgil Anthony, who wants to go? The Walker brothers, who wants to go next?
Age before beauty.
It got stuck in the branch that it was growing on, and then
All right. Well, I'll take it. This is a movie that I think you have to watch with an artistic lens. Coogler is that kind of director. Is he adding a lot of messaging in here? Sure. But if you know how to interpret the movie, it takes on a completely different tenor. I'll break it down. This was a movie that dealt with a lot of twos. Twins. Okay, there's one. You had basically two different movies. You had a timepiece movie that could have just followed the narrative of the twins. Had you watched that movie, you would have, followed them, running this juke joint, having the party. Like, that could have been an arc, following their stories with their love life. That was a whole movie in and of itself, dealing with Black and the issues with racism and things of 1932. That's a movie. Then you have a horror movie, a vampire movie, basically. So he puts both of those together. There's another two. You deal with slavery or the mindset, sharecroppers, etc., versus freedom. Okay. And when you look at that term freedom, everybody in the movie, and even everybody now, has an idea of what freedom is. Freedom could be financial freedom. Freedom could be, I'm free from my past. I'm free from this system. I'm free. Almost everybody in the movie, the main characters, had something that they were trying to get free from. So there's that angle of it. You had the whole KKK issue, racism issue. That was all in there. So all of that's in there. The whole deal with the racism, I don't see him trying to really make the argument about let's hate white people. It's a timepiece. Like if any movie that's set in that time that dealt with the culture, you're going to deal with that tension between Black and white. So that I didn't see him pushing. As it related.
Now, this brother is giving a fair assessment of the movie. He really breaking it down. Like, he really
some
going
of the
into
things
it.
You didn't get, Kevin, about the different kinds of music. It's actually said in the movie when Sammy was playing.
You notice he said
that music has a way of transcending.
You notice he said what you didn't get, Kevin. He said, you notice what you didn't get, Kevin. He's telling this white guy, you are really DEI and you really don't get it.
Culture and time, past and future. So you had the old African dancers, but you also reached all the way to hip hop in the 90s. So that was just kind of a
Bronze, what up? So he's talking about how music changes culture and how music is futuristic and music is present, future, and it's past. Like, prime example, right? If you look at the movie, Sinners, there's a backstory of Robert Johnson. And what they're talking about right now is where the pastor boy was playing a guitar and he was playing it upside down and he was playing it. So you had Robert Johnson that was also from Mississippi. Left-handed, played the guitar upside down. He was a very average guitar player. But one day going home in the Mississippi blues, he came to a crossroad And the devil tuned his guitar for him. And he was a great guitarist ever since, but he died early. Jimi Hendrix ended up picking up his same style of guitar playing. You will also see that in the cinema of the movie, because you'll see him playing, and then this guy in this Jimi Hendrix type uniform will start playing a guitar beside him. That was him being Robert Johnson, futuristically going into what was that dude? I just say this damn name. Rick. Damn, the dude that played the guitar. Fucking. Hold on.
A play on what music was doing. I'll say this so Virgil can have some time, because I got more, but I'll say this for Virgil. The other piece was Sammy was having to make a choice. Here's another two, between the path that he wanted to take. He liked the path of the twins, this rough, evil path that they were following. You know, there was gangsterism involved, but it made some money. They did what they wanted to do on their own time. But then you also had the path that his father was trying to give him of, hey, follow the word, follow this path. He really, at the end, doesn't choose either. He chooses his own path. He doesn't go into crime and gangster and all of that. He doesn't take the path of his father in the church. He just kind of, hey, I just want to do some music. And that was him.
See, I find it interesting that the white guy interpreted as him taking the path of evil, and the black guy interpreted as him taking his own path. And the black guy is actually right. He didn't go down the path of evil like his cousin, like Smoke and his brother. He didn't go down the preacher route like his father. He literally did. He went straight down. He went straight and did his own thing, played music, and it is what it is. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was the came later after Robert Johnson.
Him throughout the whole movie. Did he get into some of the other things? He was tempted by all of that, sure. But the other thing I'll end on this. I don't see there as any hero in the movie. I only see survivors. So they survive. The whole piece with the baby mama coming back, he was looking into the afterlife in that moment. So he
exactly, yo. Now look at Jason Whitlock's face as this brother is breaking this movie down tremendously. Because did Smoke have a encounter with a beautiful black, and they've been calling this black woman in this movie a big, ugly black woman. Nah, she wasn't big, but she was big, but she was big and black, but she wasn't ugly. And he got her pregnant, and the baby came out in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how fast things work in heaven. You see, for Jason Whitlock to be a Christian, he has a lot of constraints on God and Christianity. He got a lot of constraints on God and Christianity, because if he got her pregnant on this earth and she died and went to heaven, if he conceived a baby in her on earth and she went to heaven, why wouldn't that baby be born boom soon as she get into heaven? See, he hating on what the power of what God can do, but he a Christian though. They are tripping. No, they minds are constrained to this world's view of Christianity. They out of here. Look
He
how
got shot.
look how angry he is. Look at the anger on Jason Whitlock's face. And the white guy done closed his damn eyes. He just can't even see this shit.
He's bleeding out, and as he is in this getting a peer into the afterlife, because she told him, hey, I got somebody on the other side. Now he gets to see his girl that he was with and the daughter that they lost. And she's like, hey, you can live in this life too if you put that cigarette down. You go ahead and die. You can come live with us. But there's more, but yeah.
That I'll say this. That is where a lot of Hollywood TV making, movie making has gone in terms of a lot of TV shows, even say a game.
Yo, shout out to Tampa Supreme, shout out to Link, shout out to Bronze, Bird in the building. Shout out to all the people in the building, man. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Bronze, Flat Earth. Though the earth is flat, man. We gotta believe in God. Jason hates all black art. Exactly.
Game of Thrones that I liked, but in order to really understand Game of Thrones, you needed to watch the TV show and read the books.
Gotcha.
And you needed to go read everyone's review and interpretations. And we're calling this art, but it's actually work. And we're calling it entertainment when it's actually
art is work. Entertainment is work. Yeah, not everybody on the flat earth. Not everybody on the flat earth. I got you, fam. Not everybody on the flat earth. I got you on that. But check this: art is work. Entertainment is work. Right? It is.
work. It's like, oh, you can't even understand this movie or TV show unless you do all this additional study. And we've turned this into, it's a religion, basically. It's like, nope, you need to go to movie study like we go to Bible study. So
yo, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Now, because of this movie Sinners, all movie reviews is movie study. Now it's like Bible study. Now we studying movies like Bibles now. Okay. Now we study. Okay. Jason Whitlock, you reaching. And it looks bad. It looks bad, Jason.
that you can fully follow.
Jason.
I'm just telling you. I
agree with you.
No, I'm being dead serious. This is not, because I see it in all TV shows. Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That people call one of the greatest.
Yeah.
And first 3-4 seasons, it was great.
Yeah.
And then I saw the showrunner, and I forget his name, but he was very popular. He befriended everyone in the media, and the key Alan Sepinwall, and there was these key TV critics that he would feed inside information to about, well, here's what Walter White was thinking in this moment. This is what Gus Fring was thinking. And they'd go write stories, and they built big careers off, we'll interpret the TV shows. You watch them, then come read our stuff, and we'll tell you what actually went on. And TV used to not be that way. They would, The Godfather, when I go to the movie and when I watch it over and over again, that movie, that 2.5 hours, that's all I need. And I have read the book since.
Okay.
And when I've read the book, I was like, man, they really captured the book. The movie actually captured the book, and they exist.
Jason, why did you go study The Godfather? That makes no sense. So if you watch The Godfather, why'd you go read the book? Why'd you go study The Godfather? I find it mighty funny that in order to understand this movie, you might have to understand some Black history. You don't mind reading the history of The Godfather. You're so mad at black gangster culture. You hate black gangsters. And Carmelo Anthony is a thug. But you go and you admit it out your own mouth to not only watching The Godfather, but studying the books. Wow.
Independently as great art. This
1 and 2, not 3.
Yeah, 1
Yeah.
and 2, but they
Yeah.
existed as great art.
Yeah.
This stuff here where you have to, because I'm only speculating, but the young people I saw in this audience, there's no way they understood any of that. There's
Probably
two
not.
this, there's two that.
Yeah.
That comes from study.
Man, these young people understand this movie way more than you do. These young people breaking this movie down on TikTok way better than you are. The young people are giving a way better review than you old heads are. Maybe you too old. Maybe you not old enough, but you too old and not young enough to get with it. Maybe you had a bad age.
I don't think, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I would have to do a lot of reading up on what Ryan Coogler, what his movies are about, what he's trying to accomplish and all that to understand it on that level. And so I understand it on the simple level that he unpacked it. And even as a period piece, and I don't want to step on Virgil's toes, but because Virgil, I'm going to let you in here and talk for as long as you want. But even as a period piece, I thought it failed. The dialogue of both the men and the women, but particularly the women, they had them talking like it was 2025.
Uh-oh, we got SBE on the language. The women, what y'all women talking about? You think that women in 1930 won't say eat my pussy? I really want to hear him. I really want to hear him hash this out. I really want to hear him hash this out because we are not using brand new words in 2025. Niggas is not using new words. These some old ass words we've been using. What? I want to hear this shit.
These women were cursing and profane and talk, and then when they the whole, here's how I interpret the whole music thing and what the message they were trying to say is like the underlying message is like, man, even back in the 1930s, them women wanted to twerk the way we twerking now. They just couldn't do it. This is just in us. And the movie's kind of conveying that hip hop and
niggas have been twerking and breakdancing and flipping and cartwheeling. I'm trying to tell y'all, Jason Whitlock has lost his mind. If you think that shaking ass and vulgar, well, supposedly vulgar language just started now, you are out of your mind. In 1930s, they were running liquor, drinking liquor, moonshining, fuck the police, fucking bitches, eating pussy, shootouts. What is this nigga talking about? You were reading books about the Godfather, and they were living in that time. And if you think all the Godfather, if you think all those Italian guys was doing is eating pasta and shooting Tommy guns, you are crazy. Italian women were talking about eating pussy. Italian men, black men, white men, everybody was getting head. We ain't doing, man, this shit's crazy, my nigga.
and all the profanity and all this is who we really were in the 1930s, and we're really just reflecting our ancestors. That's what I think most people's takeaway from the whole musical deal and what they were trying to convey in that is people trying to demonize this music. No, it was there in the 1930s. And, you know, I used to talk to my grandmother, and, you know, my parents were born, I think, in the 1940s. Anyway, I need to shut up. Virgil, your thoughts on the movie?
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't have any idea about the the producer who made.
So is the right trying to have their own lift? So I see we got the DEI residential white guy. Then we got the real brother down here in the brown. And now we got this do we got an LGBT brother on Jason Whitlock channel? The black conservatives are y'all losing. Y'all trying too hard. Y'all trying to hold the line, but also copy the left. Y'all struggling.
The movie or what the thought process was. I just saw that Michael B. Jordan was in it, and I thought, okay, this is an assignment. Let me go do what I need to do. I was excited about the fact that it was a period piece because I love the clothes and the outfit.
Hold on. This nigga said Michael B. Jordan was in it. It was an assignment. Let me go do what I have to do. If you don't get your nigga, I didn't go see that movie because Michael B. Jordan was in it. I went and saw it because it was. I looked at the narrative, and of course Michael B. Jordan was also in it, but they had a lot of brothers in it. They had a lot of brothers that was good actors in it. All the brothers was good actors. I didn't go see it because I want to see Michael B. Jordan. I knew it was gonna be a good movie. This nigga said I had to go see it. It was Michael B. Jordan. It was an assignment. Come on, Jason. You out here got the LGBT on your channel, dog, trying to talk trash about this movie when you doing the same or worse, trying to be relevant.
Outfits and that whole time period. I thought, man, this is great seeing people dressed, sharp, but it took a real big detour. I think what was telling for me was when it was the scene with the father and the son with the music. The pastor at the church, he was all about the law. That there was specific things that his son needed to do and needed to stay away from sin, but there was no grace. There was nothing. It was, this is what you need to do. Don't do this. Do this. And then when the son made the choice to leave, it was even in his departure as.
Hey, May, I would like to really agree with you on that. This movie was shot at perfect angles with terrific lighting. They were able to catch that southern sky. Unlike it's been a long time since a movie has been able to catch the beauty of the southern skies. And it was just that movie. That movie it was just great. I love that shit. I like that movie. Actually, I love it. I like that shit a lot. It was an amazing movie, man. And I think it was shot. I think the view of the movie, just the colors of it, everything about it was amazing.
As he, began to speak the scriptures, he shut the book and quoted the rest of it from memory. Like, yeah, I got that. I'm gonna go do what I want to do. And so it was just kind of a dismissal of all things religious and Christian. After that, the movie for me just took everything from there went downhill. To see you mentioned the profanity of the women during that period. Women would have never said the things like that. So then I recognized that.
That's a lie. That's a lie. A guy like him cannot tell me what a woman would never say. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry to say this shit, but looking at him, I mean, just his whole demeanor, how he is, he can't tell me what a woman gonna say, dog. And he can't, and a guy like him can't tell me that women weren't saying "eat my pussy" back in 1930. There just ain't no damn way. Maybe his granddaddy didn't hear that shit, or maybe his granddaddy didn't eat too much pussy back in the 1930s. But I think they were eating pussy back in 1930. Nigga, I don't care what y'all say. Like they ain't that. I think they was doing that. I really believe it. I believe they was giving head. I believe they were eating pussy. I believe they was cussing, they was drinking, they was shooting guns, they was going to church. Nigga, they do the same shit we do today. He has he heard of no he ain't, man, he ain't heard of none of that. He tried to tell us that they were all living under man, dog. This nigga tripping.
That the person who made the movie is targeting a very different audience. And as he did, as he targeted this 2025 youth culture, what was striking to me, my wife and I were there. We saw it, last night about 7:30 in the evening, and it was packed, predominantly Black audience. The things that they were laughing at, I never found funny. The things that the audience laughed at, I never found funny. And it was usually the crass thing that the woman was saying about her sexuality. They would think that was funny, and I didn't think it was funny. And the things that I did think were funny, no one in the room was laughing at. So I realized this movie is not made for guys like me. This is made for a different audience, targeting a different idea altogether. And I love what Anthony did, and with the twos and the different things. And after I watched the movie and I listened to people talk about the movie on TikTok and were given their
It's not for a guy like me. That's what I'm saying. These niggas act like there was no such thing as bootleggers and hoe houses. Like, I don't understand who these niggas are and what they're trying to lie about, or this Americana that they're trying to say that we lived in or that existed. Did everyone partake in hoe houses and moonshining? No. Were they some good, downright upper class citizens? Yes. The movie even talked about that. Smoke told Sammy, "Hey man, you take that guitar and you go live with them proper Black folks." And what he's saying is, I'm one of those proper Black folks. But they talked about this even in the movie. But the sad thing about it is, the proper Black folks always was in the juke joints too. That's how the juke joints got so much of their money. The proper Black folks was down there in the hood too, running numbers. My granddad, my uncle used to run numbers. Shit.
Their ideas about what was going on in the movie, it became clear to me that there's a lot of folks doing kind of what I call the matrixing of a movie. In other words, whenever people were watching The Matrix, there were 20 million ideas and Matrix philosophies and all these kinds of things that you could kind of put together based upon The Matrix. And people were doing the same thing with this movie in particular. And in my opinion, it didn't even have the depth of anything like The Matrix. It appealed to an audience who saw white people as devils or vampires, and saw them as oppressive or.
What is wrong with these niggas? Black people did not paint white people as vampires. White people painted white people as vampires. Wait, what? What? This is crazy, dog. This is crazy, dog. because black people make a movie of white vampires. Now, black people did not. Vampire culture is European culture, dog. Stop this shit.
or oppression. It identified music as the savior. Music is now the savior throughout. Christ was abandoned early on. So music is the savior, the way that they play, and it had been throughout time, which was the scene that was all confusing with, scratching DJs and
Now, I will be fair now. I will be fair now. And I will agree with him that yes, music was viewed as a savior in the movie. Yes, I will agree with him and say that that is true. Now, when he said that, he was not lying, and I will be fair to him. And I will say that that is true. That is true what he just said. Music was viewed as a savior in this movie. That is true. There's no way around that. There's no way around that fact. That's a fact right there. That's just a fact. That's not even a review. It's just a fact.
hip hop, rap, and the music of the day and all of that. Music was the savior, and so that was the theme. Sexual freedom was the expression of the day. Everybody was trying to get some of the sexual relationships didn't even make sense to me, but I guess they were there to prove some kind of point. Witchcraft becomes their.
So the sexual relationships in the movie made sense to me. There was this young brother that played the guitar, was nice with it. There was a married woman that was a singer, and her husband, she won't feel her husband. So what he's mad at, and what he's skipping around is, was there adultery in the movie? Yes, there was adultery in the movie. So should we promote adultery? No. But is adultery real? Yes. Was women probably getting drunk, tired of being in the church all day, went to the juke joint, got drunk, got that sweaty coochie ate up in the back of a bathroom before? Yes. It happens now. It happened then. I'm sorry that they put it on a movie and it offended you. It's a reality though, man. I'm sorry they mad at reality. And this look at their stern, smug faces. The only one that has a normal attitude towards it is the brother in the far left corner. He's the only one that Jason angry. The white guy just can't understand. It's just, and then we got Egghead over here in the right. I don't know what he's talking about.
Protection. I thought that was the strangest thing ever, that they would appeal to roots and witchcraft in order to be protected, and faith in God was.
So real talk, I don't give a damn, dog. I can call church, right? I can call my mom and my dad right now. I was talking to my mom about this shit yesterday, and my great grandmother, and I showed y'all her house. I'll show y'all her house later. But I had a great grandmother that used to be a hands healer, and she used to speak the fire. That's what they used to call it, speaking the fire. And she used to pull fire. She used to heal burn victims, and she used to make concoctions. And she's not what we would know today as concoctions, but she used to make natural remedies and all kinds of medicine. So what has happened is, in order to be a Christian, you have to take pharmaceutical medicine. That's what a good Christian would do. See, now, if that's this same guy say that we turned to witchcraft, right, and we're not Christians anymore, would be the same one to take his blood pressure medicine and still call himself a Christian, right? And if someone gave him a natural remedy to help conserve or control his blood pressure, which is the medicine man or the medicine woman, you had the medicine man and the medicine woman. My grandmother was she wasn't a medicine woman, she was a hands healer. She also dabbled and dabbled in medicine as well. Medicine, but she was better with her hands. She could heal with her hands, but she also, I don't know. my whole family can tell you the story about her. I grew up with her. I remember her before she died. She died at like 100. She was like we didn't know how old she was when she died. We know she was at least 108, but she was old. She was like old. And like we don't even know how old she really was. But could they try to keep her birthday in a Bible? But she was born before they even started counting her birthday. So we don't know how old she really was. She was over 100. We know that for a fact. She was over 105. For a fact, she was over 105, but we don't know how old she actually really was. But she was a medicine woman and a hand healer. And she was so old, I remember my great grandma. That's how old she was. She like lived to see like 5 generations of children. Like she was old for real. I remember when I got attacked by some bumblebees. I was in a backyard. Yo. And me and my cousin, no, I was in the backyard shooting basketball. I was out there wilding. And there was a beehive. I took the ball, threw it at the beehive. Damn bees came and ate my ass up. I was like, this ain't right. I'm laid out in the middle, and I'm in North Carolina, in the middle of the damn yard. Bees have tore my ass up, pause. I mean, them bees had got on me. And then my dad came and got me and took me in the house. And then my grandmother took her hands and she took some tobacco, which is an astringent. This is an astringent. It pulls. Tobacco has a pulling property. You can use tobacco to pull things like infections, stingers, and things like that. So she took a lot of her saliva. I'm talking about spit out her mouth. I'm talking about pure spit out her mouth. And started taking some snuff and some tobacco and the saliva from her mouth and rubbing it on all them bee stings. And all them bee stings came out. And I was running around within like not too long later, I was back. I went to sleep for about a little bit. Because back then, if you got hurt as a child, they tell your ass just go to sleep. Okay. If you got hurt, you didn't really go to the hospital. You really went to sleep. And then, like, of course, we learned better from that, supposedly, and went to the hospital. That ain't really no better. But it was so like back then, you got hurt, you went to sleep. Okay. So then I went to sleep for a little bit. Got up, all the stingers was out. I was back running around getting it in. Like nothing never happened. Vaccines came from black Americans. Yeah, well, unless you hit your head. I ain't hit my head. What happened is I got stung by all them damn bees. Them bees was real. Them bees came and got me. I was like, damn. I was out there playing basketball. And I played a lot of basketball, so hold on. Let me pull this shit up. Right. So y'all think I'm tripping, yo. I'm telling y'all, man. Like I ain't tripping. I gotta show y'all this shit. So y'all don't know I ain't tripping. So y'all know I ain't tripping. Let me see. So I got to show y'all this. So y'all know I ain't tripping. See, I was out there practicing on my basketball skills, right? I was back at home. Oh, check this. Look at all these trophies. Track trophies. See, I got basketball trophies in there, track trophies in there, all kinds of trophies. Basketball trophies. No weightlifting trophies. Football trophies. Let's see. Weightlifting trophies, more basketball. What else I got back there? More basketball trophies. Oh shit. What it is? Got these. Got all kinds of trophies. Yeah, that's running the track. Trophies, man. All kinds of trophies for running track and stuff. Yeah, all them trophies and stuff for running track, playing football, basketball. They all stuffed away in the closet. You know, it is what it is. I ain't even worried about it no more. But the best trophy I have is my trophy for the Lord. My trophy for the Lord. See, this is what Jason Whitlock wanted us to be on. We was told to get that chicken pox. Hey, yo, we was told to get chicken pox out the way. I remember we used to have chicken pox parties. Back in the days, I remember we used to have chicken pox parties. When my cousins got chicken pox, we all got like when one cousin. I remember one cousin got chicken pox, and we all got chicken pox. I was proud of my chicken pox, and they used to put the pink lotion and shit on us. That shit was horrible. That was horrible. That was horrible when they used to put the pink lotion on us. That was horrible. That pink lotion dry up, you dry up. That was pretty bad. Now I ain't gonna lie, but I was proud to get my chicken pox with my cousins. It's the best trophy I ever had. My trophy for the Lord. The best trophy. My trophy for the Lord. They got the old Bacardi in. Okay, so I'm glad. Thank God I was able to go home to North Carolina recently, right? And I was able to go to my great grandmother's old house, which is over 100 and something years old, right? And this would roughly be around that sinner's time period. She was definitely living, and we know she was living during that time period because this is what I found in my great grandmother's house. Not my great grandmother's, but my great grandmother. She lived to be like 100 and some odd years. I found this in her house. So you're not telling me that they want drinking and twerking and all that shit back then. I believe my great. No, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna pump my brakes. Hold up. I'm not going to SBE my great grandmother. But however, I'm not going to SBE that'd be nasty work. That would be nasty work for me to SBE my great grandmother right now. But this is what I found in her house. I found some liquor in her house. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say that she did. In here. They got the old Bacardi in here. Yeah, that's it. You know what? Old Bacardi in here. No, that's crazy. Nasty work. No, that's crazy. That's nasty work. They got the Bacardi in that. That's crazy. You got a bird nest inside a couch. A bird nest inside the couch. You go through this fight in this kitchen. We got my dad in there wilding.
Look right here. You see this nest? You see this nest right here?
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to come over there. I'm gonna fall through the floor.
Yeah.
The Nikes. Oh. That is another nest in there.
This how the shell let them tell them what's up.
We got my dad in there wilding.
Look right here. You see this nest? You see this nest right here?
Yeah. So when I paused it, there were beer cans There were old beer cans. There were like 100-and-something-year-old beer cans in the floor. So I know my mom, because look, much of my aunt, people used to have weddings at my grandma's house, my great grandma's house. My great grandmother did weddings. She used to heal burn victims. She used to talk the fire. She made medicine. She had everything going on at that house. And blocked me from the shorts. And blocked. Well, hold on. Who blocked you from the comments? Hold on. Who blocked you from the comments? Hold on. He said, and hold on. Hold on. My grandma did all shit. Yo. And he said, and blocked me from the shorts comments when I was trying to tell you how to make bread with the goats. What the fuck? How they block? I would have never blocked you, ski mask, from the comments. How did that happen? How did that happen? That's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm back in North Carolina. Believe it or not, there's a house inside those woods. So there is a house in them woods. There's a house in them woods, but we got to be able to get into them woods. But never mind. There are a lot of herbs and there's a lot of medicine in these woods. So I got to be careful how I take them down, because I don't want to just burn them down and burn down a lot of good stuff. So I'm gonna have to go in there real carefully. But this the old ass house. Great grandmother's old house in North Carolina. My great grandmother. No, great. That's great. We're gonna go in it. I know y'all probably scared and thinking about snakes and stuff. I grew up with snakes and stuff, so that shit don't really bother me. This is an old house. Well, them birds sound old house. Them birds sound beautiful. Man, these Chinese tariffs are real. That country life. So, cause that country life. Yeah, that country life, get them talk ready. Do this. That country life. No, hell no. Why would I block you from the damn? No, I ain't block you from the comments. Nah, hell no. I think YouTube wallet if they blocked you from the, because why? That's crazy, dog. That is crazy. You can't comment on the rest of them? That is wild. How can you? So how you still got a wrench? You got a wrench? I still got the wrench and everything. That is wild. That shit is why YouTube. Hey yo, if y'all can, YouTube block people. Why would they block him for? He ain't say, he don't really be saying nothing. He don't say nothing bad. That is crazy. Yo, that is crazy, dog. Like YouTube be hating on me. YouTube be hating on me. That's what it is. They don't want me to get no engagement. They just don't want me to get no engagement.
It was barely a whisper at all. I mean, there were so many factors to this that, in my mind, were problematic. I won't go through every detail of it. I'll let the conversation unfold. But I was disappointed that this low bar for entertainment is what Black people are rallying to in mass and are talking about to a great degree. That was my takeaway. I'm like, man, it's a real low bar to entertain, and the lower the bar, the more crass, the more carnal, the more, the farther away we can get from anything Christian or spiritual, the more people seem to flock to it and appreciate it.
It seemed the only time there was racial harmony was when people got bit in the neck. Like that's the only time was when they.
That's a lie.
all went to evil. They all
Yes.
started saying the Lord's Prayer.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. There was racial harmony before. There was racial harmony before the white people came along. Look, the Indians had harmony. The black people had harmony. The Asians had harmony. So that the Indians, the blacks, and the Asians was all living in harmony and in peace until the white vampires came. So they are lying. We were living in peace until the white man came. That's the truth. That's the truth. Hold on. But I can on other shorts still. Okay. They hating on that short. They don't want a brother to know about no goats or learn about no goats. You can hit that link and pull up and talk about the goats or just put it in the chat. I'm always open for the information about livestock and all that. You know, I love that information. That's my thing. But check this. There was racial harmony before the white people came. Once the white people showed up, all the racial harmony went to hell. We had to assimilate into vampirism, individual blood-sucking collectivism. Bullshit, it's crazy. I don't know what they had going with the vampires. But we didn't want to do that. We were trying to run from the vampires.
Prayer together in unison when they were all infected with evil. My other question is, what happened to the Choctaws? They made an appearance and they were gone. I thought they were come back at some point.
They were some of the holiest people in the film.
Right. What
tried
happened
to
to
warn
them? They're going
them.
to come back and save the day at some point.
No.
They were singing in the background of as they were leaving and going off.
Oh,
So
is that right?
yeah,
That early part in the movie where they
Yeah.
showed up at the house, that's
Yeah.
the last time we saw them.
yeah.
And the movie,
Now they mad that the Indians now they mad that they didn't have more Indians in it. Now they mad that the Indians didn't come back and save the black people. What the what guy go back? The white guy's mad that the Indians didn't come back and save the black people. That is crazy. That is crazy.
checked all the DEI boxes in terms of, hey, let's draw up something where Native Americans are playing a role and keep them. We're talking about in Mississippi.
Right.
I thought that was the Native Americans were more West and Oklahoma.
This Choctaw, Mississippi, but
this dude is stupid. We have North Carolina. We have the Lombardy Indians. We have there's so many different. We had a Roanoke, the Cherry. You had a Roanoke. There's so many different Indian tribes in North Carolina. I know the Lombardy because them the ones that you know. You know, the Lombardy bitches thick. You know what I'm saying? Go to Fayetteville, North Carolina, and get you a red Lombardy bitch.
they got mostly in Oklahoma for sure.
Got you. And so that let's check that box. We've come up with a small role for Native Americans. We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife running the biggest store down there, and so we've put the Asian.
Hold on, did Jason Whitlock just refer to this Asian man as a Chinaman? Hold on.
In the wife running the biggest. Let's check that box. We've come up with a small role for Native Americans. We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife. We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife runs we're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife. We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife running the big.
We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife. Who are you to call him a Chinaman? Who are you, Jason Whitlock, to call him a Chinaman? You know the racial, you know that. Now it's time for me to stick up for the Asians now. I'm about to be on my center shit. The blacks and I'm about to stick up for the black Asiatics now. The blacks and the Asians now. I'm about to stick up for the Asians now against you, Jason Whitlock. Who are you to call him a Chinaman? You know the racial implications of calling an Asian man a Chinaman? Who are you to do that? Look at you with your nasty mouth, but you call yourself a Christian. With your nasty, vulgar mouth. You call him a Chinaman, you might as well call him a nigger. But you don't want to believe that though. But that's what you really just did.
We're deep down south, and a Chinaman and his wife running the biggest store down there, and so we've put the Asians in the movies. The people of color are all grouped up together, and the white woman who may have been partially black and passing as white or whatever, she's on their team. And Kevin, you nailed it in terms of like, once you adopt the evil and the wickedness, now we can have unity.
Right.
And they did say that, like, once we kill.
No, the white man said once you adopt evil, we can have unity. The blacks, the Asians, and the Indians was all doing their thing, bro. Jason Whitlock, you gotta stop this shit. You gotta stop this shit, right? That's exactly right. You gotta stop this shit. The white people were the ones that was wilding. The white Irish that claimed they were just like the other minority. The white Irish that claimed they were like the other minorities turned a back on the black people, and then they chose evil, and they chose to become European vampires.
All of you now will be in heaven, and we'll all be over here on the dark side. And so the hero was the young boy that said, I'm not gonna follow God, I'm not gonna follow the gangsters, I'm gonna be my own God and do what I want to do.
Yes.
And so that, to me,
he never said he was going to be his own God and do what I want to do. What he did is he took God with him on a path of life. Jason, you ain't always lived the righteous pipe. You ain't always lived the righteous life. Let's talk about this duality of life, right? No one is born this. We are all born in sin, and what is it? Sin and born in sin. I gotta get this to y'all. Born in sin and iniquity. Yes, we were all born in sin and equality. I didn't want to say equality because I knew that'd get you. But we were all born in sin and equality. So you ain't always been on the righteous path yourself, Jason. You know, we all have done wrong. And then we find ourselves trying to do right. But in our path to doing wrong and doing right, we try to thank God for it all, you know. And Jason, they try to validate this. That's stupid.
And movies used to be simple, and they used to, whether we liked it or not, they reflected the Christian ethos and tradition. There would be a male hero that would come save the day, and he, generally speaking, had Christian values, and that's whether we like the movie.
Superman is not Christianity, nigga. I don't give a damn what y'all say. Y'all can sit here and try to tell me Superman is Christianity. I'm not going. Superman is not Christianity. Batman is not Christianity, nigga. Higher learning is not Christianity. Pulp Fiction is not Christianity. powder with the white guy was powder with the electricity. Not Christianity, nigga. The Sandlot, not Christianity. My Girl is not Christianity. Pretty Woman, not Christianity, yo. Julia Roberts is not Mary Magdalene. That's not Christianity, nigga. We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
Chain or not, or whether we liked any of these classic.
We gotta put Godfather off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look,
nigga, you're not coming on the show no more. This nigga in the bottom left, you are no longer. This nigga in the bottom left, you can't come to the show no more, dog. You done. This nigga in the bottom left, like the nigga in the bottom right, you can come back. But this nigga in the bottom left, you cannot come back to the show no more. You done.
even with the God, yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what the movie Shane or not, or whether we liked any of these classic.
We gotta put Godfather off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look,
Father off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look, even with the Godfather, any of these classic.
We gotta put Godfather off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look, even with the Godfather, any of these classic.
We gotta put Godfather off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look, even with the Godfather, at least there was a, hey man, I'm doing this for my family.
Okay.
And
hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no, Jason! No! Did this nigga Jason just say that the Godfather had Christian values? No, Jason. No, dog. No, man. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do it, dog. It's not worth it, man. Oh man, he said the Godfather had Christian values. Let me run this back.
And at least there was a, hey man, I'm doing this for my family.
Okay.
And at least there was classic.
We gotta put Godfather off.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look, even with the Godfather, at least there was a, hey man, I'm doing this for my family.
Okay.
And yeah, Godfather. Yeah, but I'm just talking about what. But look, even with the Godfather, at least there was a, hey man, I'm doing this for my family.
Okay.
And
so if white people run liquor, shoot guns, prostitute women, extort their community, run restaurants as front jobs, take over the United States government. But yo, Jason, you out of line. This level of cooning has to be laughed at. Yo, the Terminator has Christian values. This shit is wild, dog. Wild dog, like wild dog, like wild dog, wow.
and you know, the Godfather was really, and if you read the book, he was actually, as it relates to sexuality.
If you study the Godfather like you study like a religion, right? He said that didn't Jason just say that these movies and historically movies were so simple. You didn't have, he back to studying that Bible of the Godfather. He back to studying the Bible of the Godfather.
Sexuality, and he was hyper moral. If you read the book,
okay.
The Godfather was hyper moral. The Exorcist, Christian values. I know what you did last summer. They making a new one of those. They're making a new one of them. Scream. The Omen. Wrong turn, nigga. The hills have eyes. Gremlins is Christianity. Did you hear that Gremlins is Christianity? Those was really demons from the Bible that Ishmael and all them had to fight against? In the name of the gremlins, we had to save ourselves from them gremlins. Them gremlins, them gremlins. We had to get ourselves away from them gremlins. Them gremlins, them gremlins. Help us, Lord.
As it relates to sexuality, and they actually, it's left out of the movie, but in the book it's a big deal. Johnny Fontaine goes off to Hollywood, and he looks at the sexual depravity going on and says, "Oh, the Godfather would not be on board with this."
Wow.
Anyway, it's at least they're doing. There was something redeeming when I still watch The Godfather, and I get all the criminality and all that other stuff, but movies used to adhere to that. Now they have a very secular message, and this movie to me had a hyper secular message, and it seemed just
Well, so when he says hyper secular, he means hypersexual. And so I think what he means by this is there's a scene where the biracial girl is mounting, or no, riding,
clear cut of
one of the brothers. She's riding one of the brothers. And see, these are these one position missionary type niggas. Don't never want the woman to get on top and ride that. They don't ever want the woman to get on top and ride. I don't know. I guess these niggas can't let the woman get on. Well, Jason probably can't let a woman get on top and ride. And the nigga in the bottom right probably can't probably is not with letting his woman ride him either. I mean, Jason and this dude in the right probably will not let a woman ride them. I mean, the white guy, he got a whole pyramid in the back. We need to talk about this pyramid in the Illuminati and the Earth, Wind, and Fire that he got in the back in his background. So we already know he out here fake. He fake. He with the other shit. You know, he the overseer. He the overseer. You know, and this brother right here, no, he just out of place. This brother just out of place. I mean, he shouldn't even come back on this platform. He just out of place. He just
okay. Don't go the gangster route, but definitely don't go the God route, and go play music for gangsters. And
even the guys shooting the dude in the street.
Yes,
like casually shooting someone. In the streets in 1930s. I mean,
let me tell you.
Your culture, your people were shooting people in the street. This is insane. How can he act like his people was not shooting people in the streets at the same time? Period. This is crazy. This is insane. The cognitive dissonance that the white man is using right now. This is just insane.
Tell you and this is my takeaway, Anthony, on that. It's just like what they did. The message of the movie was for young people.
Like Jason Whitlock is simultaneously talking about The Godfather, but yet this white guy is talking about, oh, look at these black guys that shot two people in the streets. While Jason Whitlock is talking about his favorite movie, The Godfather, and he read the Godfather Bible, and now the white guy's acting like only the black people were shooting people in the streets. This is some of the craziest shit I have ever witnessed. But these are modern day YouTube Christian alt-right media.
Was okay. Now look, Michael B. Jordan, they're bad guys. They're just like these guys today that just shoot other black dudes in the street. They're bad people. And yes, we like to go to nightclubs and have sex with married women. And yes, we like to use.
Hold up. 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 How could I? Thank you, Ski Mask. Thank you, Ski Mask. How could I ever forget Gangs of New York in the five corners or the five, whatever they were fighting over? How could we forget? Gangs of New York is Christianity. That's Christianity. Gangs of New York is Christianity. I cannot believe we are witnessing this cognitive dissonance right here. And how dare you black people go see this violent movie?
Drugs, and we'll roll up some weed and use. And yes, we got drunks.
They were rolling up tobacco. Back then, the best they had, was maybe some cigar weed. Them niggas weren't rolling, but they ain't had that. Nah, they ain't had that stank like we got now.
I forget the black dude that played the drunk or whatever. Yes, we are screwed up, but we ain't as bad as these white people. They devils. that was the takeaway. But we ain't as bad as these white people. Yes, we got drunks. I forget the black dude that played the drunk or whatever. Yes, we are screwed up, but we ain't as bad as these white people. They devils. The drunk or whatever. Yes, we are screwed up, but we ain't as bad as these white people. They devils.
Yeah, Jackson didn't even want to make that joke, but he was trying to talk bad about the black people, but he made a joke that didn't work out well for him because even tobacco and hemp spliffs, they didn't have to, man, they were making music, man, they were chilling. Nah, man, let me tell you, man, Jason. That joke didn't go well, Jason. I think it went opposite of how you intended it to go.
That was the takeaway. We are screwed up, but we ain't as bad as these white people. Got drunks. I forget the black dude that played the drunk or whatever. Yes, we are screwed up, but we ain't as bad as these white people. They devils. That was the takeaway from the whole two concept. You have to do some reading and some stuff. You have to know Ryan Coogler.
No, just watch the film. If you watch it from a lens, so this is the lens that I don't go to the movie, and maybe this is my subjectivity. I don't look at any movie now. We're talking post 2000, basically. I don't look at any of them to look for a Christian ethos. I don't look for any of them to stick to a traditional idea of love and man. I already come in with that bar that low because they don't make them like that anymore. That's just so when I see this, what he's trying to, I'm trying to take it as he's giving it to me. He's showing, okay, this is what it is. Like he's not trying to, I don't see him trying to promote either.
This brother is not getting invited back. He is not getting invited back to the Jason Whitlock show. He's too balanced. And the reality of it is he's right. He's right. He didn't promote nothing. He just presented it as it was from the time period. And I believe they was white people that was vampires in Mississippi. And I honestly, you know what? I believe that there are white people that are vampires in Louisiana too. I'm serious, man. I'm dead ass serious, yo. I believe that there are some white vampires that live in Louisiana. See, there's a reason why they made that show True Bloods, right? With them Louisiana white vampires, because they some white people. There are vampires in Louisiana, and I believe that they some heels have eyes, vampire white people that live in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm serious, dog. I'm serious. I think that there are hubs of white vampires in America right now. I believe they some in the Appalachian, they some in Mississippi, they some in Louisiana. Y'all better be careful. Y'all might get bit by one of these white vampires.
I think he's doing more narrative telling that, hey, this is what happens. I also see the music part of this. It was Sammy playing the music that could have either summoned good, but it also summoned bad. And that was one of the warnings that I think his father was given, was like, hey, because he told him in the first part of the movie, yeah, I brought that guitar in here. Even though the father was not fully on board with music, yeah, I brought it in here. And I also want you to read this text. Did you see the post-credit scenes?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I didn't stay that long.
There were two.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I didn't stay that long.
Things.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I didn't stay that long.
They hated the movie so bad they ran out the movie before they could see the post scenes. They hated the movie so bad they ran out of it before they could even see it fully. Now I guarantee if it was Transformers or some Marvel shit, they would have stayed through all the credits. If it was a Joker movie, Batman, Superman, which is Jesus in Return, as far as Jason Whitlock says, for our cinema, I guarantee you they would have stayed and watched all the scenes in the last credit. This is crazy. Yeah, they are inbred over there in the Appalachian Mountains, but see, they inbred to the point where they eat people. They for real. They'll eat your ass. There are a lot of people go missing in the Appalachian Mountains because I believe white people be in there eating people. You got to realize a lot of people go missing in national parks in America because white people are eating people, and they're vampires, and you can't. And I'm serious. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, y'all think I'm tripping, but I'm telling y'all, you gotta be careful out here, right? And when you go hiking, or you go in the woods or whatever, you gotta take some silver bullets in a stake with you in the Lord. And you might have to play some good music to make that vampire dance, or you pop his ass. What up, son, kids? Let me drop this thing. I've been up here talking crazy by my damn self for a while. And I don't care. I don't care. Damn white vampires is out here in Appalachian Mountains, Mississippi, and Louisiana. You better be careful driving down I-10. Get your ass bit on the shin. Bite your ass right on the leg. Think you gonna run, nigga, run, nigga, run, nigga, run. They're gonna bite you on the leg. Because that's bite you right on your shin. They might not can catch you. Because I feel like as a black man, I'm still faster than a vampire dog with some real shit. Like, I know y'all think I'm tripping right now, but I know that white people that made all these movies about vampires being able to jump and fly and shit. They can't do none of that bullshit. They just eat people. Okay, vampires just eat people. They ain't got no special powers. They just eat people, right? So I'm faster than the average vampire, my nigga. I'll dip on a vampire ass nigga just trying to bite me. What's up, son, kids? How you doing? Yes, son, kids. I don't even hear you. I don't hear nothing at all. Let me know if y'all hear something from Sun Kiss, because I don't hear nothing from them. They hear nothing at all. Your mic ain't muted. They just don't hear anything. But let me tell you though, these white vampires, and I'm not even being racist, because at this point we got black vampires. And Jason Whitlock might be a vampire, my nigga. You remember when that big nigga got the dude that was supposed to be guarding the door? Can't tell the movie, but you know what happened. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. See,
All right,
Jason Whitlock is a vampire. This nigga done got bit.
I believe it.
This nigga has no soul.
I guess you seen Sinners, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did. See, I did. And guess who bit? See, and I find it mighty funny. We got a half Irish white man, because the white man said he half Irish. He said he half Irish.
Mm-hmm.
I think he bit Jason Whitlock.
You think the half Irish man bit Jason Whitlock?
Yes, on this set, and he wanted to bite this brother in front of him, but this nigga can protect himself.
I mean, they do look mighty hungry. They do look like they ready to eat. And he over there by himself. He in danger.
Man, Jason done got bit by that white guy with the vampirism. That's why he has no soul.
I think he ain't got no soul because Nick Fuentes snatched it out of his head.
No, Nick Fuentes, he been bit too.
There were two post-credit scenes. So there was one scene, it's called a mid-credit scene, right during the credits. It's an older version of Sammy. He's like,
oh, I saw that,
okay,
where he's
about 80s.
He's
okay,
basically BB King at that point with scars on his face.
Right.
Yeah.
But even after that,
he was not BB King.
He was not BB King.
Who was he? Who was he? You know who he actually was? Who was he?
I can't remember his name.
His name was Robert Johnson.
No, he wasn't Robert Johnson.
Yes, he was. He was. That's the reason why Jimi Hendrix. That's why Jimi Hendrix came next to him, and then it went from the other guitar players from there. You remember this movie is shot in Mississippi, and that boy was in a crossroads to go either good or to go bad. That's what Jimi Hendrix was in, and Jimi Hendrix decided to go and actually go bad, and sold his soul to the devil, and the devil tuned his guitar. And then he used to go play his guitar and practice in graveyards.
Talking about Jimmy?
No, Robert Johnson.
You talking about Robert?
Robert Johnson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which gave birth to Jimi Hendrix. See, Jason Whitlock don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
He probably
there was
don't.
a scene. The very last scene you see is Sammy playing This Little Light of Mine on the steps of his father's church.
Okay.
And what I don't know what to do with that, I don't know if Coogler is trying to suggest he did play gospel music for a period of time, or if this was a previous view of Sammy that, yeah, he could play, but he was singing This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
And once again, this is where I'll say these guys are doing too much, and they're expecting.
See that? How they doing too much? How are they doing too much? If you went there and you read, he said he read the whole book on the Godfather. That's doing too much.
The whole book on the Godfather.
He said the Godfather is his favorite, one of his favorite. I guess it's one of his favorite movies. I don't know.
So he read the book.
And then he went and read the book. He also watches what is it, Game of Thrones or something like that, and read about Game of Thrones.
So all of that is okay, but this movie right here, this messed up. Cause why? Cause they black.
You know, you didn't even have to read anything. You just had to sit there for another 5 more minutes.
Yeah, because people was leaving the theater. I was like, nope, I'm sitting right here. There is more to see.
Yeah, because he says it's causing all this work, but he's put more work into white cinema. Going to see The Godfather, reading the whole book on The Godfather, that's a lot of work for The Godfather. But to sit there for 5 more minutes to watch a black movie was too much work for Jason. Damn, Jason. Damn.
I mean, Avengers do the same thing. They got them after clips and shit. You get up and leave, you gonna miss the clips.
See, this movie was amazing. And
I love
this
it.
movie was amazing. And then, you know, you got this white Irish person up here that probably then bit Jason Whitlock and affected him. And he affected him. And he want to bite this brother beneath him. But he ain't gonna be able to bite this brother, the brother to the bottom left. The brother to the bottom left is not going to get affected with the coonism, which is going to end up because we think we can all live under righteousness under coonism. And we ain't going to live good under coonism. And that's what this movie was about. It was like you can't let the Irish come in and affect the Indians, the blacks, and the Asians. And I like how the Asians and the blacks was getting along. Shout out to the Asian people. I really like that Asian family. I really like that Asian family. Shout out to that Asian family, yo. I like that Asian family. That was a nice Asian. That was a nice Asian family. That was a great Asian family.
So who is he talking to?
Who?
What show is this? Is this a podcast or they just hanging out?
Jason Whitlock has created this new channel called I want you to hear this white guy. We're gonna go back to this white guy talking, man. We gotta go back to the white guy, dog. Man, fuck that. We gotta go back to the white guy. We gotta pick on him. I don't give a damn, dog. I don't care if you call this racist or not.
Going in the right direction. But like you said,
diversity or DEI hire for harm.
Yes.
I'm gonna make Kevin your take on the movie.
Well, it started off really great. I thought like it was a time period movie. What was it, the 30s or 40s?
1932.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so it was a time period movie. I thought the character development was great. I thought Michael B. Jordan was awesome. I thought all the characters were great. The church, I thought it was going in the right direction. But like you said, the subtle KKK, like when the guy goes to the house and you see the KKK hood.
Yeah.
Now, these people are in the same position as the black people were. They were basically white Jim Crow era folks working in the cotton.
What the hell that got to do with anything?
Now he acting like black. See that he acting like white poor people ain't never been in the Ku Klux Klan, and now like they were all
right. Hell, he mean they ain't been in the Klan.
The fuck? He said the white Jim Crow. What is the white Jim Crow? I want to know what that is. The white Jim Crow. He had like white people were suffering the same thing that black people were suffering under Jim Crow. Listen to what he just said. He literally said the white Jim Crow.
Okay.
Listen to this shit. This shit is crazy.
As the black people were, KKK, like when the guy goes to the house and you see the KKK hood.
Yeah.
Now, these people are in the same position as the black people were. They were basically white Jim Crow era folks working in the cotton.
I need somebody to tell me what is white Jim Crow area white folks. I really want to know what that actually is. He's trying to say that there were white people that were kind of economically cut out and couldn't partake in upper white society.
I mean, that's true as well, but they ain't stopped their ass from joining the Klan.
Exactly. Stop the bullshit.
Fields. And then it was, there was some subtle disrespect towards Christianity. Some disrespect towards, they were singing Irish folk songs. Here are these satanic people who are, infected with the spirit of Satan, it seemed like. And they're singing these joyful Irish folk songs, which I grew up listening to some of these, I'm half Irish.
So you hear that? See, I didn't know that those were Irish folk songs. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew.
Well, I don't know Irish people music like that. I don't listen to that shit.
You don't know folk music when you hear it?
I know folk music, but I didn't know it was Irish folk music.
Oh well, I mean,
I didn't know that it was in particularly Irish folk music.
well, the first N words is gonna be the Irish in the United States. So
Well,
for that time period, you can just assume that it was Irish.
all right. Well, they were doing some Irish folklore dancing or whatever,
Yeah,
and
I seen it.
they were evil as hell. I don't give a damn. They were evil doing Irish dances. It is what it is.
They was vampires. What the
They
hell?
were vampires doing,
And then
and don't vampirism come from white culture?
yes, because
That is not yes.
they didn't even know what they were. Remember, it even took the hoodoo woman
Yeah.
some time to figure out that they were vampires.
Thank God for that sister, yo. She threw some that. She threw some that.
Because we know what haints are. We have haints and spirits and shit like that. We don't.
Ice is demons and bad spirits. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have vampires. We get vampires from other folks.
Yeah, because we believe in bad spirits, but we want no blood. But vampire, that's European shit. That's European.
Yeah.
It's European. That is not black. That is definitely European. Hold on, Smitty. I'm dropping that link. That's definitely European. But this shit's about to get nasty work because he about to somehow figure out a way to bring Carmelo Anthony into this shit.
Oh no, he's not neither.
Yes, we are. Keep listening to this.
And then it got weird. Like I didn't understand when they had the dancing and they integrated some of the new hip hop. They showed the DJ. I was a little confused by that, but it's a movie, so
he didn't listen. You know, but think about it. He said the movie started off great, but in the beginning of the movie, they told you that the music transcended culture, time.
It transferred the spiritual realm. It induced the art of conjure, and the art of conjure is calling up spirits. It will call up spirits from the past and spirits of the future. So when they're dancing, all of those different spirits into the juke joint. So he wasn't paying attention. He was there to be entertained with his. Never mind.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat, yo. I don't know why they can't see. I put the link in the chat. Hey, yo, so drop the link.
He in my chat. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, drop the link for him. Yeah.
Hold on, Smitty, I'm coming.
Yeah, but that in Romania, that's where the vampires come from Romania. How many black people live in Romania besides Andrew Luck? Besides Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, the only nigga. See, Andrew Tate went over there and got his ass bit. Send his ass back.
He got bit.
Send his ass back. Yo, say, Andrew Tate, the only nigga.
Went along with it.
He a vampire now.
He a vampire now. Send his ass back.
Oh boy.
Andrew Tate went to Romania and got bit, dog. He didn't send him back. Send him back. Send him back.
Tragedy.
I didn't really understand, like you just mentioned, the KKK guys at the end coming, and where did they come from? There was like a plot loss for me. I didn't understand why that happened and why he had to kill them all. I know he said early on, if you come back on my property,
yes,
I'll kill
That's
you.
what he said.
How did he know they're
fires? Jesus.
And then for him to say it's a disrespect toward Christianity, like, did he have no respect for the fact that he is watching a movie that pertains to black culture?
To give his blood.
Hold on. And he said why he had to kill them all. Hold on, man. I gotta go back to that. Hold on, I gotta go back to that. He said why he had to kill them all.
He told him he was gonna kill them all. What?
Yeah, that is crazy. Hold on, here we go.
That, but it's a movie, so I went along with it. And then I didn't really understand, like you just mentioned, the KKK guys at the end coming, and where did they?
So why are you hiding behind Jason Whitlock? He said, like you just said, the KKK. No, you wanted to talk about the KKK yourself, my nigga. So you should have just said, you know what? See, Nick Fuentes is lying. White people are not quite yet ready to step out of the cloth. They're not quite yet ready. They're not quite yet ready to speak for themselves. They're not. I thought they were. See, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes thought that white people were ready to speak out of the cloth. I don't think they ready. I don't think they're ready yet, Nick. I don't think they're ready yet. I don't think they're ready.
Come from. There was like a plot lost for me. I didn't understand why that happened and why he had to kill them all. I know he said early on, if you
hold on. You hear that?
Yeah, he don't understand why he had to kill them.
I didn't
He
understand
told him.
why that happened and why he had to kill them all. The plot lost for me. I didn't understand why that happened and why he had to kill them all. It's like a plot lost for me. I didn't understand why that happened and why he had to kill them all.
How he don't understand that if he was watching the movie?
How do you not? This shit crazy.
That nigga said, I'm gonna give you this money. I better not catch you or none of your friends, or I'm gonna kill every last one of y'all where you stand. That's what he said.
Yo, what's up, Mr. 77? How you doing, man? You got the mic. You got the mic.
Damn, I don't even get the mic. Shit.
Well, I tried to give you the mic when you came up. Your mic didn't work. As soon as you came up, I gave you the mic.
Don't treat me like that. Don't treat me like that.
His mic wasn't working just then, so hopefully he'll be back. So yeah, as black people, we gotta get our shit together, yo. Let's keep it going, dog. They're trying to bite us.
They trying to bite us.
I know he said early on, if you come back on my property,
Yes.
I'll kill you. Which
how did he know they were coming though? He was prepared.
How did
they
he
didn't
know?
surprise him?
Well, and this is after being up all night.
Yes.
Fighting the vampires.
Yes.
And there's an interesting take about vampires. I know Jesus versus vampires. Jesus came to give his blood so that we can have life. Vampires come to steal your blood so that they can have life. It's all about.
So is he saying Jesus is a vampire? Like what the fuck?
No, I think he thinks he says something profound. So he was talking about the blood of the lamb, the sacrifice of Jesus. When they stuck him when they stabbed him in the side and his blood ran out, in the blood and the water ran out.
Crown of thorns,
all the crown of thorns and all that, right? So he gave his blood for our sins, of course, right? But now you want to run with that narrative, but you need to stick with this vampire narrative because y'all vampirism is white people shit.
It belongs to the white. It belongs to the white. To the white.
Hey, what up, Mr. 77? You can do a mic check for me. See if your mic working, man.
Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me?
Oh, you sound great. What you got for the top, man?
So y'all talking about vampires?
So, have you seen this movie?
Am I correct?
Yeah,
have you seen the movie Sinner? You haven't seen Sinner?
I'm always one of those. I'll finally catch it like a year after it's been out and it's like free on TNT or something.
You need to go to the movies and support Black cinema, please and thank you.
I understand that. No, I mean, I just, I got a lot of them getting ready to do anyway. That's why I'm hollering at people and stuff. 'Cause I'm about to vanish. Now, listen, but it's about what? I mean, I hear y'all talking about vampires and stuff.
So this movie is about like a 1930s situation. You have some brothers that come down from Chicago to Mississippi. They start a juke joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get a kid out. The black people have always shared the church and secular music. We shared that. We did both,
Right.
So they had a young man that played the guitar real well. That was in the church. Father was the pastor. He ended up playing at the juke joint for his cousins. Mm-hmm. And then some white vampires try to come in and ruin the whole night. And it had some racial issues because it was in the 1930s. But even if that happened right now, there would still be racial issues with it. Because vampires are white culture, right? So if
can you tell a black
vampires are what, Pastor? White?
A white culture.
Okay. All right.
So
I mean, you know the real story origin of how we even got to vampires. I mean, a lot of people do, right? It's basic. You know that, Pastor. right?
You go into it.
What?
I think you. Well, what's the real origins of it?
Yeah, the original.
You know, so Christianity, Christ is about giving his blood, dying for us.
Hello? Oh, yeah, my bad. So yeah, the original origins of vampires comes from an actual, I guess, emperor or whatever.
Being a vampire is about taking your blood.
My bad. My computer tripping, dog. You got it, dog.
Nah, you good. Bro. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. Go ahead. You can play your video.
This shit tripping. I don't know why I keep tripping. I wasn't even trying to play the video. It just kept tripping. But
it was just funny the way he was playing because he was talking about this man.
It would just start. It would just start. Yeah, this shit is crazy. Like, I hate my computer.
The vampire fucks with your shit.
I moved my earphones a little bit and it triggered it. I'm trying to keep my earphones, but I want him to. But no, I figured I wanted to hear him finish what he was saying about where the origins of
yeah. Let us know about the vampire.
Cool Beans. The original origins of the vampire actually comes from, I don't know if it's like Czechoslovakia or whatever, but it was an emperor. His name was Vlad the Impaler, right? And they called him Vlad Dracul. And basically what he used to do was he was like some kind of war leader, whatever. You can type him in. He's very easy to look up. And he's really where we got that from, because he used to have people that would be staked from the yin all the way and come out the mouth. And he would have the blood drain, and he would have his peoples or whatever. He'll sit at a table and have people impaled in front of him. And that's when he got the term Vlad the Impaler. But the whole concept of that came from the fact that he felt drinking the blood of the enemies kept him youthful and powerful. So that's really where we get Dracula from, is from Vlad Dracul, who was an ancient, like back in the day. He was like, I don't know, maybe like a war emperor, like. So don't quote me on exactly his title and position, but yeah, he was running stuff at the time. And he was very fascinated with the drinking of blood and youthfulism. And that's where we get the stories of Dracula. And I would say last, the origins of the stories of the lichens. The werewolves come from the simple fact that it's a real thing in science that when it's a full moon, it's not about wolves howling, like it's high tides. And it's something about the moon's gravitational force actually makes the human blood pump harder and faster, thus making us more aggressive. It's a real science study behind it, but I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Oh yeah, that full moon shit is some wild stuff. You see that crazy. You see the effects of it, especially in the hospital settings when people come in wild and doing crazy shit. So I agree with you, that full moon shit is wild. Yeah,
it's a real thing. It makes us more, I don't know, something about, just as much as it's high tides, it's something that it does. It's a gravitational pull force with the moon and anything liquid on planet Earth, including the blood in your body. And yeah, it stirs it more, which makes people a little more aggressive.
I think because we've been bit by these white people and shit, like Jason Whitlock ass. Like it's just like we're not necessarily bit, but infected by their culture. You know what I'm saying?
Back to the regular scheduled program, y'all. Back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah, back to the regular scheduled program.
Yeah, that was good info though. We needed that.
Yeah.
So that you could have life. So it's selfishness versus.
Can I ask you a question?
I like that analogy within the movie.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you. So hold on. These guys talking, and Jason Whitlock, are they? So what is the premise of what they're speaking about in a nutshell? Just so I can at least then catch up and follow with what's being played.
They're giving a critique of the movie.
So, but they're giving more than the critique of the movie, because the title of this is "Sinners" is intended to send you straight to hell. You see that, right? You see that title, right? So
that's crazy.
So that's the reason why I'm giving some pushback. Like, y'all niggas doing too much. Like, y'all doing too much.
The black existence is gonna get you sent to hell. It's crazy.
Like, I'm like, y'all doing way too much. Like, this going to see this movie going to send you to hell. Like that fear tactic on black people is crazy.
That movie ain't gonna get your ass sent to hell. That movie is very reflective of our culture. And he said something about why he had to kill all them people. Boy, if you don't shut your ass up, you weren't watching that movie. You wasn't watching the movie. He said, I'm gonna pay you because he paid him fair and square. And he said, I bet not see none of you and your clan buddies on my property or all y'all gonna die. That's what he said.
Hey, he held his own. See, they don't like when these new Django type movies come out.
I mean, because they've been used to telling of only a particular side of the story.
Do you know
You
what
ain't
it
gonna
reminds me
tell
of?
us all this creativity and all these cunning stories that we got coming out of Africa from these fables and these tales of a notch and a spider and all these cunning characters that we just sit up here and let these people just straight up fuck over us. Get out of here. That's not true.
All
Tell
right.
the whole story.
It sounds like, so you said they went somewhere to play the jukebox and then vampires came. That sounds like what was that movie, Desperado or something like that?
No, it's more like
To
from
Dawn.
dawn
To
to
Dawn.
dawn.
I mean, yeah, from dusk till dawn. Yeah, it sounds like a spinoff of that. That's the first
It's
thing came to my
similar to
mind.
that,
It's
but it
similar.
has
It's
to
similar.
deal with the guitar and the
I
blues
might want to
because
see that then. I think I
You
might want
got.
to see that.
the
I think you.
blues is
I think you'll enjoy it. Honestly, like I'm gonna promote the. I'm gonna promote. See, they're not promoting the movie to black people. I'm gonna promote the movie to black people. See,
black people need to go see it. It's very much black culture. Like when people say black people ain't got no culture, you a fucking lie. Go watch this movie.
they,
And
they,
you still, if you walk out of that movie and think we ain't got no culture, then you know, God bless your soul. I don't know what the hell wrong with you. You got bit. That's what
now,
happened.
you got bit. You got bit. You got bit, dog. You got bit. You got your ass got bit.
And it's talking very heavily about the blues. We don't even talk about the blues no more. When you look at blues artists now, they ain't
Movie.
us.
They don't have that in the movie, but
My bad. Like my shit be trigger. You got it.
Yeah, they not us. But it is the blues music that spun off into all these other genres of music that came from African American people that brought their culture and their heritage and their spirits with them from the continent. So it very much tells who we are as a group of people and why we have such an affinity to music as well.
Pastor, I got a question. Why does your computer have Tourette's?
That shit is wild, dog. Like I
Oh,
move my. It's like I move my earphones in and start playing. I gotta check that short wire in this fuse.
that's the analogy I
See,
drew.
it just did it. So I gotta check. I gotta check that short wire in that fuse, man. I gotta check that.
From it. And I also thought was interesting was, the light kills evil. Like when you come into the light, evil can't hide in the light. It can only hide in the darkness. So like when the sun rose
Yeah.
and all the vampires died. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. And all these guys stabbing people in
Yeah.
the heart.
Oh,
with
that's
these
not
wooden
funny.
stakes,
That's
So
not
anyway,
funny.
it was
what just happened?
He
Hey, yo,
was
what just happened?
he was acting his color.
Hold on,
Why?
let's
How
stop
did
there for a second. Let's stop there for
How
a
did
second.
how did he get pulled into that?
Because that man was acting his color.
Exactly. What a culture. Like let's go back to that. We can't skip over that. We cannot skip over that. Like we just can't skip over that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Stabbing people in the heart with this. Their fires died. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. And all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, So anyway, it was
Hey, play that back one more time.
Carmelo Anthony stuff there.
No, go back further.
It can only hide in the darkness. So like when the sun rose
Yeah.
and all the vampires died. But there was also some Carmelo Anthony stuff there too with the stake in the heart. And all these guys stabbing people in the heart with this wooden stake, So anyway, it was
what?
That was ignorant as hell. That was ignorant as hell.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
That's some ignorant shit. And they just gonna sit there and let him say that. That
Are
white
you
daddy stank.
serious?
There you go.
Are you serious right now?
I guess he's serious.
Straight up.
How? Okay, so how do we bring Carmelo into this? Considering not even his parents were born when this movie is in reference to. How do you go back to that? Not to mention, you know something? I believe there have been many, many other stabbings that have taken place, many poke ups that have taken place long before. Why this one as an example? Why this one in particular did you choose to? Shit, man, boy.
Because the white people is gonna white people. That's what they gonna do. I don't understand how you make a joke about something like that. That's a very unfortunate situation.
That is crazy. Like he like so the movie is Sinners, right? So he automatically went into that movie called Sinners, thinking about Carmelo Anthony. So, or as soon as he saw a black man stab a white vampire in the heart, he thought about Carmelo Anthony and
He got
Austin
triggered.
Whitlock.
Okay, now do you think that his family, do you think that the McCaffrey's family would like that? You don't think that's even maybe like what is it? Come on, bro.
That's so disrespectful. They child
Very.
And to use their child in a movie review for not even I don't even know I thought I was being sensitive when I thought I was being sensitive, but I thought that was completely out of place. Thought I was nasty, but I wanted other people to give they say so because I thought I was maybe I'm being sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he had a line for that.
Because if that was my child, don't use my child as a movie reference. That's crazy, especially when your child ain't got nothing to do with the movie reference. This ain't a football movie. This ain't a track star. This ain't a track movie. They ain't running track. Like this shit's crazy. It ain't a track movie, it ain't a football movie. It's a different time period. But that's crazy.
I don't even think the white child
What happened to you?
Am I back?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
I said I don't even think the Austin's parents would appreciate that shit. Like, what are you doing?
I don't think neither one of their parents would appreciate that shit because now
No.
it's like you're implicating that you're automatically implicating that one is guilty and the other one is an innocent. So who's the vampire?
Right. It was just it was in poor taste. That's what I'm saying.
So is he saying that Carmelo and Anthony? So he said Carmelo Anthony is justified because I would say that the people in the movie were justified for stabbing those. Hold up. Hold up. Did he walk into a trap? Did he walk into a trap though? Hold on. Did he walk into a trap though? Did he walk into a trap? Because I would say those black people were justified to stab those vampires in the heart.
4-star. I give it a 2.
The devil trying to get it. The devil trying to get in, trying to bite the string. But anyway, trying to bite my wires. But check this right. Now here we go. Stop.
Here's the other piece too.
The fuck? Shit.
It was kind of
this shit is wild. But anyway, damn, I forgot what I was about to say, man. This is the devil working, the devil working on it. Ooh wee. The devil working on my computer. Ooh wee. Son, kids, put some roots on my computer right now. Make it stop.
Right now. Right now.
Stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make him stop his ways. But nah, I forgot I was about to say fucking with this shit, man. Damn, computer.
Pastor Father said, "Put down the guitar." He was begging his son to put down his sin. right?
Yes.
Instead,
No.
he held on to his sin. And it turned out that he kind of, at the end, he was a hero because he went on to play the blues all over. That's how the movie ended, with him as an old man playing the blues. So instead of turning from his sin that got him into all this trouble, he clung to his sin. And it was kind of showing them the young man who clung to his sin ended up being the hero, which I thought was a interesting take as well. So anyway, that's my DEI take for the day. I hope you guys appreciate it. I deserve a raise.
His DEI take. Wow.
That's his victim. That's his victimhood. So he
That's
sounded like
crazy.
he sounded like a victim the whole time. He definitely did. He definitely sounded like a victim. I guess that shit is crazy.
And the guitar was not his sin. So see, this why people need to mind their own business. You don't know what you're talking about, you stud.
It's bad work. It's nasty work. Honestly, I wish I could show some of them. Matter of fact, I don't give a damn, dog. I'm gonna see if I can pull up some of the damn movie. Fuck it. Like not like whatever's on YouTube or whatever.
See if you can.
Because I ain't trying to be I ain't trying to get on all that monetized shit.
You ain't trying to be monetized.
I don't really care about it that much. I don't care about it that much that I won't show this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care about it that much that I won't show this shit.
It's a good movie.
We've been going a long time. You back now. You twins? Nah, we cousins.
There are legends of people the gift of making music so true. You can conjure spirits from the past and future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
Listen here, this ain't no house party. Shit.
Damn.
Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You want some?
You keep dancing with the devil.
Careful, boy. You gonna bite off more than you can chew.
One day he's gonna follow you home. You got us a problem, y'all. What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party.
This world already left you for dead.
I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
And you are?
I am.
Your way out.
Don't cry. It's all better now.
Yes, I lied to you. I don't believe in magic. Ghosts, demons. Just power. Somebody please take me.
We're gonna kill every last one of you.
I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all done forgot about me in here. Come on, open the door, let me on out of here. Stay. It's you? Of course it's me. Open the door.
That ain't your brother.
Love you.
Good movie.
Yeah. So that was a little rundown of it right there, Smitty.
Yeah, yes. it's like a blend of dawn till dusk till dawn or something, and 28 days a night. It's like a, now that I see it, it feels like a, with the I like it. Seems all right. Seems like it might be something I actually would want to watch. And I
Yeah,
don't do,
you need to go watch it.
you know what's crazy? You know what's real crazy? I don't like horror movies like Last House on the Left and all that other crazy stuff, Exorcist. But I do like, I guess from a kid, like zombie movies, because I'm from the days of the first original Night of the Living Dead, when we almost thought the nigga was going to make it, and right at the last moment before the credits, they got him between our eyes. Still upset about that. Anyway, so from zombie movies and vampires, I ain't gonna lie, like I don't know if I consider that horror. Like I like those type of movies, but not. I don't like that others. I don't like that other stuff. All that like demon. No, I don't like all that stuff. But I like that right there. I think I might check it out. On board.
So they played on both sides. They did definitely talk about the demon in the spiritual world, but they use the spiritual world as almost as a shield against the vampires. It's almost like fighting fire with fire, almost, right? So, and what Jason Whitlock and them didn't understand when they were doing their interview of it, they were like, what they were saying is they were praising witchcraft, or they were
man, bump all of that. How did
Yeah.
Carmelo come into it? But all right, even if so, you not know how many movies, like, come on, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
There's so many movies. Constantine. We can go down a list of movies that got endless, like, symbolism in it. Symbolism, excuse me.
Here we got somebody hating. The movie was hot, steaming, fermenting dookie juice.
And you know what?
That's
People
a
like me,
hater.
you know what? No, but you know what? People like me, that makes me want to go see it even more. When I hear people, no, for real, I'm one of the type, okay, bet I'm gonna be defined. I'm gonna go see it twice.
Good morning.
Exactly.
That don't
I'm
stop
see it
me.
twice.
That doesn't move my. That's just a person's opinion, and I mean, yeah, of course. I've heard many times people tell me they don't like deep dish pizza. I love it. Okay, you see, there are certain things that people would tell you that they don't like, but that don't matter. I'm going to check it out myself if I choose to want to check it out, no matter what nobody says.
It was a great movie. I think the music was good. I think the cinema. I mean,
I think it's going to be a great date night. That'll be a great.
Yeah, it is. I went last night.
Date night.
Yeah, I went last night. You know, I said I went. You know, had a little good time last night, and it was amazing. I would like to go see it by myself.
My husband took me last weekend.
But see, I kind of want to see it by myself though, because like when you're watching a movie with someone, it's great, right? It's fun because y'all get to interact with it together, watching it. However, when you get to just watch it by yourself, it's a different experience too.
That's home. That's more of a me in the crib, like I'm on some just chilling. But like if I actually go out, when I go see it, definitely I will be accompanied.
Yeah, it's a great. I'll tell you what, it's a great movie to go on a date with, because I'm telling you, like last night, it's like we were talking amongst each other just as much as watching a movie. So I guarantee you, I missed some things.
But see, that's the best kind. I don't listen. It's not really deep or intriguing if right then and there at the end of it, you like, oh, I caught everything. Nah, I love that one. Like you watch it maybe some years down the line, you're like, yo, I never peeped that before.
Mm-hmm.
I like those little puzzle pieces. I'm just one of those. I love to tap in, so that always intrigues me personally.
Man,
I know there was some,
and it gives it rewatch. It gives it rewatch value. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of rewatch value in that movie because it's very culturally it's laced with a bunch of culture. And especially if you into hoodoo. And if you don't understand the connection of spirituality with black folk and life and how they kind of they're not separate. then you end up like this white man that didn't understand half of what's going on in the movie.
You know what's
Yeah.
wild that I learned about that, Son Kish? Here in the Western, because of our language, like when you see two O's like Scooby or whatever. But if I'm not mistaken, over there more so in the Eastern, like Africa and other places, they call it voodoo. We're the only ones that say voodoo. They say voodoo, but we just gonna say voodoo. Like I'm just so used to saying it. Voodoo magic.
No. I didn't say voodoo. I said
He said
hoodoo.
who do or who done?
Oh, I thought she
And
said voodoo.
no, I said
Yeah.
hoodoo
Who
because
do or who
hoodoo is
done?
African American. Voodoo is
What is
Haitian
voodoo?
or New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had a who done book. I should have.
Really?
I sold it because they told me that my mama said I get them evil spirit books out of your house. But I had a who done book. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
but
it's
yeah,
not an evil spirit.
Mama
Like if
said
you
get the
actually,
evil spirit books out the house.
I had to get
but,
it out, man.
but when you look at the movie, they didn't even really actually paint the vampires as anything evil. You know, they were just dead because they're
The most significant message that I get from anything vampire related movies is this. If you notice, whenever they come to your door, so the spiritual connection I get, not to go too deep and I'll make it brief, is just like in life, you can either choose to allow the energy in or not. Vampires, if you notice, it's always this thing where like they can't come in unless you invite them. And I take that and I transfer it into spiritual and energy out here. And that's why I guard myself and I keep my peace, because I don't invite Dracula into my house, if you want to say. Rock out.
yeah.
But that was also part of the movie too, because unfortunately with so much anger, I think they got mad and said, "Well, come on in and do us something. Like, let's get it." You know how you can get so mad at someone, or you invite, like, even though you're trying to like retreat or step away, they just keep, you know what I'm saying? They keep pushing your buttons, keep rocking with you. Then you like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Let's go. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. That I think that's what happened to them. Like, I think they ended up inviting them in literally through frustration and anger. They got so frustrated and angry that they just said, "Fuck it, nigga, let's go." That's unfortunately what happened. I mean, you got to watch it, dog.
So
It's an interesting movie.
you think they should have waited? Just let them stand out there until the sun came up.
You know that's what the plan. We know that was just like Dust to Dawn. Want that the plan? That's always the plan with the vampires, to wait their ass out. But they pressing. They pressing just like Austin Metcalf, since we doing that. Since we doing that, I didn't want to do that, but I mean that's no, you know what? I'm sorry. Forgive me, guys. I shouldn't have did that. I take that back. I'm not going to stoop to their level. That was nasty. I'll admit that was nasty of me to just do that. So I admit that I was wrong. I take that back. I take that back. That was nasty work. I ain't gonna do that no more. I ain't gonna say that no more. But I'm just saying, like, they was approaching.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, I do
But it's
also.
a really go ahead.
No, go ahead, Son Kish. You finish. I didn't know you
I'm
was
just
going.
saying it was a really good movie. I can't believe that they found some way to shit on this movie.
I can't believe somehow or another, Carmelo Anthony became one of the guest leading roles in this daggone thing. Apparently, that was him stabbing the vampires.
Honey, that nigga need to get paid. He need to get some crap.
So apparently, the movie is based on a true story. I don't understand. Like, why did they put that at the beginning? I don't know. Is it? Because I don't know how my man
There's
got
a
pulled.
lot of stuff going on in that movie. So you know the legend or the myth about what's his name? Robert. He went to the
Robert Johnson. Yeah.
say he made a deal with the devil, but it's not the devil, it's the black man. What's his name, Pastor? I forgot.
I forgot the black man that actually taught him how to play the guitar, but he did teach him how to play the guitar in a graveyard though. They were still doing
Oh,
some.
you talking about
They were still doing some
Oh,
other shit.
you talking about in real life the blues player that sold his soul?
Yeah, Robert Johnson. Yeah,
I heard about that story. They said the same thing
yeah.
about
So
Sam Cooke, but I don't know. Good.
but nah, but let's keep. But the fact is,
but
how they brought, how they. So the white guy was saying that he couldn't understand how they brought all these times together. He's like at one point they were doing the blues, then they were doing hip hop, then they were doing this, they were doing that. But somehow he figures out how to see this movie and bring in Carmelo Anthony. Like his strength is
right.
way farther than understanding how the blues have something to do with rap music now. Like that makes sense. But watching this movie and Carmelo Anthony, that I can't go with that. I don't understand. I'm not linking it. I'm not.
I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm not linking it at all because one, even down to generally movies like that we go see to, kind of get away from, I guess, the everyday news and stuff. So it's like, God damn, you bringing it here too? Like, could you leave that in the car? Can you just wait till we get back in the car? Maybe I'll hear something about it on the radio ride home or something. But like for right now, could you not like even begin to do that? And a lot of people don't recognize, and that's what I call fear mongering. And it's crazy. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Sunkiss, we talked about it the other day on the Nigga News Network. Yeah, when we just talking about that, the fear mongering and how certain they just keep pushing it, keep pressing it in your face, and that's why we got people going around here, and every single little thing is racial, every single thing is discrimination, and it's like, nah, I think y'all missing the nuances of how humans just have naturally interact for quite some time now,
Right.
and now overnight we just happen to like try to like switch all of this, and now everybody is so offensive. If you begin to think for yourself or have a thought for yourself, you are so disrespectful. How dare you actually be someone who actually has your own thought process? Don't you know we're on a hive mind mode right now? Don't you know the wave is everybody says the same thing and it's all I.
And the thing about this is the Indians, the black people, and the Asians. Everybody was really getting along. Matter of fact, that's how the Asians ended up at the juke joint because they made the sign. The Asians made the sign. They was rocking with the black people doing business and commerce. They're like, yo, we're gonna come to the joint tonight too. He took his lady out on a date, and they had a good time. And it just got crazy. The Irish people came trying to bite people. It got crazy.
Pastor, I have something for you. Just keep on talking.
Yeah, it is, and I thought that was crazy. But another thing, though, when we bring up how he brought up that Carmelo Anthony thing is he made the precept of talking about Jesus and vampires and how he was like he didn't like this movie because it was making white people look like vampires and not like Jesus. That's pretty much what he was saying.
How many roles have white people played as Dracula? I don't understand. Have we not seen Underworld?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what are we doing?
It's because it's black, and you must demonize anything that is black. And I can't believe that fat ass bald head nigga sit his ass up there and let him do this shit.
But y'all don't understand. Like the contrast, he made two crazy contrasts.
Indeed.
Okay, so when he jumped to Carmelo Anthony, that was crazy. Carmelo Anthony in the state stabbing people. That was a crazy contrast of from that movie to real life.
And what was the disrespect to Christianity?
A bigger disrespect for Christianity was him comparing Jesus to vampires.
No, he said the movie was disrespecting Christianity, and I'm like, well, where did that happen at?
I don't know. It's because they relied on hoodoo over him, white Jesus.
But hoodoo is very much
Christianity.
part of Christianity.
It is part of Christianity. It's Christianity.
Baby, when I
and
went to
Africa.
Luke's, we is reading the Bible. We are. We gonna pray to the Most High, and we gonna work them roots on your ass.
Yeah, root working. It mean like, but like, So it is a hoodoo is part. It's pretty much half Christianity. It's not half Christianity. It's like I think it's probably about half. It's half Christianity, half spirituality and root work and stuff like that. But to them, it ain't right. It ain't Judeo Christianity. So you out of here, nigga. You out of line.
Because
It
black
ain't.
people are not allowed to have their own cultural practices.
It's not Judeo Christianity. How dare you practice it? How
'Cause
dare you do it?
how dare
You
us have our own cultural
you
practices,
bet you
right?
better it ain't Judeo Christianity. You out of
And
line.
you sit up here and make, man, they get on my nerves. That's all
You
I
out of line. He said, look, I can't stand the fact that they looked at us as either Jesus. He went from Jesus to vampires, and he mad at y'all made white people vampires and not Jesus. That's pretty much what he's saying. You damn African Americans have made white people vampires and not Jesus. How dare you?
So what kind of story do he think African Americans are going to tell?
White people Jesus?
So if you telling an African American story, how can you tell an African American story without the people that are lighter hued being the antagonist?
What he's saying is you can't tell a white story, you can't tell a black story without a white savior. So there can be white antagonists, but at the end of the day, there has to be a white savior or an Indian savior. He said the Indians didn't come back and save him. So that everybody has to be a savior of black
How the
people.
fuck was the Indians gonna come back and save them and it was finna be nightfall?
That's what I'm saying. So everybody can save black people except black people. Nigga, how dare you save yourself?
Yeah.
How dare you, nigga? How dare you get gun rights? How dare you? How dare see that now he is tying this shit into Carmelo Anthony and our rights just as black people. Because he pretty much saying if y'all send us as vampires and not Jesus, you wrong. And if y'all think y'all gonna Carmelo Anthony stab us in the chest with a stake because we may be the vampires encroaching on you, then you wrong for that too. So I don't shit crazy. He should have stayed home. He should have stayed home. He should not have did this review.
They just let him say that shit though. They ain't check him, they ain't correct him, they just let him.
But you know what? That is more sad though. They 3 brothers up there that did not check him. Matter of fact, 2 brothers agree. Out of the 3 brothers, 2 agreed with him. Only 1 brother gave pushback. And that was the brother in the far bottom left. He was the only one that gave pushback from more or less a cultural perspective. The rest of them, Jason Whitlock, nah. But you know what? There's also this other cat though that didn't like the movie. Let's go to him though. This dude named Stevie Knight, I guess that's the nigga name. Let's see what he got to say about that.
Oh, he gets on my nerves. I hate his country.
See what Stevie Knight had to say about this shit. Let's see. Here we go. We ain't gonna listen to this whole bullshit.
Did you put it on the screen?
No, I'm going through it real quick. Hold on.
Oh.
All right, here we go, yo. This nigga wilding right here too. Let's see what this nigga got to say. Let's see what this nigga got to say. Okay, he come up. Sinners is trash. That's the name of this. Sinners is trash. Here we go. Let's see what this nigga got to talk about.
Well, I went to go see the Sinners last night. Trash.
Go ahead.
Hey. So disappointed. Sinners was ass. I don't get it, bro. I mean, we get it. We get it.
That nigga been bit by the vampire, dog. My nigga been bit.
Yeah, he been bit too. Yep.
You notice every black person that's down in this movie got a white person right beside them to do it.
Of
Every
course.
black every black person that's down in this movie has a white person beside them to do it. What's up? What's up, Nino? What it do, man? What it do, Nino? What it do? Every black person that's against this movie had a white person beside him to do it.
Yeah, but
It was made for
for a reason. We don't talk about it though. But that movie was fucking trash. I'm so disappointed. That movie was butt cheek.
Yeah, and then why y'all gas
Yes.
for what? It was not good.
And we thought we was the only ones, but then I went to the
She
bathroom.
looked like a vampire.
Rose just
Yeah, she looked like a vampire.
Hey. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I got this other one playing. Is it just me or does he not remind me of Officer Tatum? I don't know. Anyway.
So he's been hanging out with Officer Tatum. He's been hanging out with Officer Tatum. What up, cynical one?
So
Yeah,
do
he been
these
hanging out with Officer
coons
Tatum.
have souls? Do coons have souls? That's the question.
So I did a stream with Can Coons Go to Heaven, and I don't know, dog. They might be dead souls, man. We might not can get these niggas into heaven.
So they might be the black vampires. You know what I'm saying? They might be the black vampires.
They
You know what I'm
are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get Coons to the upper room with us because they taking their name out of that book. They taking their name out of that book by getting dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
They
what's
gave up
wrong.
their soul to be under the white man's neck.
And evil white. Look at her eyes and them eyebrows. She looking like she ready to bite.
I told you she look like a vampire. Look at her. She look like a vampire. That's why she didn't like the movie because she was getting exposed.
This nigga, yo,
just watched it, and they was confused as shit. Like, bro, what the fuck did I just watch? What up, Night Nation? It's your boy, Stevie Night.
What are we?
About to get on one of these things. You feel me? What's good to watch? Night Watch, man.
it's just gonna be just him. Ah, damn, we gotta watch just him. He ain't gonna bring her up. He should have kept her in the shit. Anyway, let's see a little bit what he got to say. I ain't trying to watch this nigga the whole time. Let's see what this nigga got to say. Let's see what he got to say real quick.
You feel me? Like, it always happens to me though, bro. It always happens to me when things are hyped. They never live up to the expectation. There's that. But then this just tanked as far as I'm concerned, bro. Warning, if you hadn't seen it and you plan on seeing it, don't even watch this because I'm about to give you all the
you ain't seen it
spoilers, bro. But yeah, me and my girl decided to go pull up and watch it finally because of just the promotion, but then like all the positive responses from the movie, bro. Like the reaction, the reviews from the movie have been crazy, bro. Talking about 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.3 on IMDb. Like, I don't even really rock with Rotten Tomatoes, bro, because they be on that different type of time. IMDb, I refer to them as pretty accurate as far as reviews are concerned, bro. So when I seen that, and then on top of it, bro, like I am a horror movie lover, dog. It's my favorite genre of movies, bro. And it's vampires on top of it. And I'm a vampire enthusiast, bro. Like I'm a vampire buff. You feel me? I like everything vampires, bro, from the 30 Days and Nights to hell, the Blades, bro. Right? Underworlds. You know what I'm talking about? Let Me In. The Draculas, bro. Hell, I quit vampire in Brooklyn.
Pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious. So all the ones that you know the one movie besides Blade when I was growing up that I remember to this day when I was like, oh snap. And to this day, I don't know, it's something about like it's something about like the picture of it. It still creeps me out to this day, and that's Blackula. That was the only time. That was some creepy shit. Man, that was scary. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't sleep for a while after Blackula, man. I didn't. But I remember that, and I think besides that, and I think Blade. What other ones do we have for real? I'm pretty sure it might be a.
I think Snoop Dogg did. I think Snoop Dogg was a.
Snoop did something.
I think Snoop was a vampire once. And
hold on, wasn't it like the Tales from the Hood type remake? Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, it was like a Tales from the Hood genre. Yeah.
And I don't know if I think that was probably more comedy than scary. Bones, yeah.
Goddamn. Yeah, I even fuck with Twilight. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. The first time.
Hold on, this nigga said Twilight, dog. We done, dog.
Did he say Twilight?
This nigga said Twilight. This nigga said Twilight, dog. We nah, dog. You been bit, my nigga. Yeah, you been bit, dog. You been. This nigga said.
Look like a vampire. Of course, it's been me.
This nigga said Twilight, dog. Nah, we can't. No, dog. Twilight is a love story, not a horror movie. We gotta stop this shit.
It's a vampire movie, though. It is a vampire movie.
It could be a werewolf movie too.
Yeah.
So it's not really a vampire. It's more of a love story than a. Man, ain't nothing scary about Twilight, nigga. That shit was for little girls and shit.
Do it have to be scary?
Well, Twilight was good. I think anybody could watch Twilight.
No, that's more thriller suspense. It's romance, thriller, suspense. That's not,
That's not horror.
Yeah, that's right along the same lines as like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings was kind of scary. What's that nigga name?
Now you're canceled. Now you're done, sir. I don't want to hear nothing about what you say about him saying Twilight. You can't say your card's revoked, sir.
Who was that little nigga Gremlin? The little nigga that got who was the little dude that wanted the ring? My pretty. What was his name? What was that little nigga?
Go. I can't
forget his name.
The Goblin.
Goblin or Golok or something like that. That
Yeah,
nigga was
like
crazy looking. When I saw Lord of the Rings, I went to bed one day and I seen that nigga in my dreams, that Gwalin nigga, and I was fucked up.
Why you having dreams about a small naked gnome, sir?
I don't know, man. My nigga, it happened.
Why is that your dream, Pastor?
All right,
I think we got some much more deep-rooted issues than this.
Pastor, I gotta go. See you later.
All right, see. No, when I seen that shit, my nigga, it just happened, dog. I had a dream about that nigga. I'm like, oh shit. I thought it was coming to get me, but
look, I got one thing I want to present because I got a few minutes myself real quick. And I'm going fishing today.
That's great. It's great.
I'm going fishing. Hey, I want to present something, right? So this right here. You remember you was talking about how like the blacks and the Indians and all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is like one thing, right, that I was like even peeping when I was saying to myself, like what you said. Now, when we go back on history and so how they try to like railroad stuff, right? So if I go here and look, just give me 1 second, bruh. If I go here and look, let me go right here. Let me see something right here. Where we at? Hold on. I think it's, give me 1 second. Here we are. Live. Here we go. Shorts. This is what I was looking at, Pastor.
Unwritten truths.
All right. So, all right. So, and you know what's wild? They literally just tried to, that's funny. They tried to. All right. So I want to pull this up. Now I'm here. I got it. So boom. Look at this, Pastor. So when I think about the movie and the backlash from the others when it comes to it, there is a connection. You got to pull it up. Let's go.
The real history of the Black Seminoles. The story they never wanted you to hear. They weren't slaves running from masters. They were warriors running toward freedom. Descendants of West Africa's fiercest tribes. They carved out a life in the swamps of Florida, side by side with the Seminole Nation. They built communities, fought battles, and raised families. But the U.S. government saw unity as a threat. Because Black and Native strength, That was dangerous. So they labeled them fugitives and sent troops to hunt them down. They fought in the First Seminole War, then the Second, then the Third. For decades, they resisted, outgunned, outnumbered, but never outmatched. They were the first to burn slave plantations and the last to bow to white domination. The U.S. paid millions in war costs just to stop Black freedom in Florida. And when they were forced west to Oklahoma, they kept resisting, kept surviving. They signed no slave contracts. They bowed to no overseers. Even the U.S. Army admitted the Black Seminoles were the most fearsome fighters they'd ever faced. This isn't just a footnote. It's a blueprint for rebellion. They erased this history because it proved freedom could be taken, not given. And today, their blood still runs through descendants, fighters, healers, teachers, builders. They weren't runaways. They were revolutionaries. And this, right here, is why we say, know your lineage.
Oh yeah, that was powerful, fam. That was powerful. That was that movie summed up, fam. That was like literally that was that movie summed up all the way. Just throw some white vampires in. Straight up, it was the same. I mean, the great. I think. Look, yo, I had a great time on my date last night going to see it. I probably see it on my own, just so I can like really check it out, support them. You know, I went last night, so like it was a good night for him to go see. It's smooth. It ain't long, and see, it ain't another way. They said it was long and drawn out. It's not. I like movies where they do some character build up. You know, because at one point they'll tell you that they did no character build up. Then they'll tell you the movie was long and boring. No, they did good character build up. You know, the critics are contradicting themselves, honestly, on this movie.
I think it's just another way for them to try to make sure, look, we're going to discredit anything that any Black man that has anything going on in any form of fashion. Look, we can't get him on a scandal. Well, let's say his movie is some shit. We got to attack something, damn it. Got to go for something. We can't just let these niggas live. No.
It can't be that easy. That's too easy. But it's the amount of money that this movie's making, dog. This movie had a low over so it had a low cap, right? So you know they don't like to give Black people a lot of money to make movies. So this movie didn't have a budget like the Transformers.
Right.
So this movie really didn't have a horror flick budget. Because to put on a real horror flick, you need a big budget, right? To get the blood and the gore and to get you need a budget for a good horror movie.
It's almost like 100 stacks per death scene. Like that's like some small stuff. Like, bro, like death scenes be like just that moment, that little moment you saw in that movie, and it just goes to something else. That was a lot of money.
A lot of money. Take a lot of money to do a horror movie. And the thing about it is they were able to do this. You're talking about efficiency. You're talking about efficient. They were able to do this movie very efficiently, and it's the cinema, the view of it is. Man, there ain't been a movie shot this.
Do you think? Because I got about 5 minutes. Do you think if Leonardo DiCaprio was the one that came with his twin and said, "Nah, that's my cousin," do you think it would get the same lashback?
No, because that would be us incorporating them. So it wouldn't have mattered if there were bad white people on the outside. You had
no, Pastor. No, I'm going there before I go. Yeah, see, I really want to see where our head is. If Leonardo DiCaprio was saying that's my cousin and he went into a town of all, let's say, freed Black vampires, do you think we will have an uproar about it? Let's just be for real. Let's just talk about that before I go.
Okay, and it was stabbing Black vampires?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell no, that would be a damn box. This would be a box office. This is already a box office movie. But if
you don't think it wouldn't be an uproar about that from our community?
No.
Okay, talk about it.
I think because we've already seen those type of movies where because look, every zombie movie that they make, they always make the zombies look darker complected or darker skin.
They're dead.
But
that don't count. That don't count.
Okay.
They've been underground.
Okay. But nah, if it was a bunch of black people being slaughtered by some white people in a vampire movie, hell no, it wouldn't be no backlash. It would be white people would be like, man, that was a great movie. Especially if they're talking about white. If this was some white Irish, free white Irish people, and there was some runaway vampire slaves in the Delta chasing them down.
Yeah,
white people will love that shit. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if white people don't make that movie. You know,
you wow.
We were runaway slaves too, and black runaway slaves was chasing us through the Delta. Black people wouldn't get mad at white people for making that movie. Not one bit. So I think he's there. The dollar said, I think so. But if you do all your props right, shop surplus, then you can have a blockbuster #1 and save money. And that's what they did. They say they use their money on good cameras, good lenses, good angles, and great acting, and a good storyline. And they went hard, dog. Them black people poured their soul into that movie with their acting.
And the CGI as well. There was some CGI involved.
Yeah, it was. Especially to get
it was some CGI involved. Like basically, I know what you're saying. It was together well. I mean, think about it. Look. Did we have a problem when what's my name? Jack, what's his name that played Wolverine?
Jack. I know you're talking about though, the dude with the
Did we have a problem when he played Van Helsing?
No, we didn't.
I'm just saying. So now watch this. You know something that's wild? If we really think about it, no, watch this. Wasn't Blade a black vampire slayer? And did he or did he not basically slay white vampires? Where was the uproar?
Well, he did.
And a nigga could walk in the day. He was over top of the whites. He was outside in the daytime.
But who was his white savior though?
Oh yeah,
Whistler.
the mechanic guy. Yeah, the mechanic dude.
Whistler. That's what made Blade tolerable.
But still, he went out and he was slaying white vampires. Why was
under white leadership? Under white leadership. Everything he did it under white leadership. That's why it was. Well, we got Sharon.
That was his doctor. No, what's up, Sharon? No, we're not gonna do that, Pastor.
No.
Listen, if they're talking about sinners and these are okay, bet. Black guy slaying white vampires. Why wasn't the same uproar for Blade?
Because I'm telling you, he had it because of Whistler, and he had to take orders from a white man to do it.
No, he didn't take orders. That was his mechanic. That was his buddy. And even at the end of it, his buddy wound up in Trilogy. They wound up at odds.
That's how it was going because he stopped listening.
He became woke. He became woke.
That nigga was like, no. I'm up out of here, Whistler. But see, that's why Blade 1 was so good, and all the black people would go see Blade 1 is because it had that element. It had that element of a white overseer. And when you go to see, when you look at Sinners did not have a white overseer at all. Like literally at all. Yeah.
Okay. Black Panther. Wasn't his black ass saying Wakanda, and wasn't a lot of who it was that he was fighting when he got with the Civil War and Marvel and stuff? There's a whole lot of Black Panther just slaying a bunch of white villains.
But a white man had to give us the Black Panther. So white people still felt a part of it.
So who's the director of this movie?
A black guy. Let me show you. I'll show him to you. I'll show you the director.
And who allowed the black man to put the movie out? Yeah, let's go down the rabbit hole.
They were fighting.
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
They were fighting over who could get this, who was going to get this movie.
Right.
See, this the director right here, Ron Coogler.
Okay.
Ron Coogler. Ron
Oh,
Coogler.
all
He
right,
also directed Black Panther and
all right,
Fruitvale Station. He only
and
30. He only 38.
all right. So, do you believe? All right. So, me knowing that you already think all white people are vampires. All right. So, we already know where your headspace is. Do you believe that he was able to just put this movie out with no, like, people above him, as you said with Blade? As you said with Wakanda, right? You don't think that in order for this movie to have gotten the push that it got, you don't think he don't have those same handlers in real life?
You know what? I very much, yeah. I do think he has to deal
I
with that
digress.
world.
My mic is muted.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna give you that. He has to deal with that world. But the thing about it is, he pushes. Okay, so we all have to deal with that world. But how much do you ride? How do you habitually line step? Here we go. How much do you habitually line step on the lines of what they give you to work with? And I think that's what he's doing. Shout out to that brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't think white people technically. Put this right. If he didn't put this movie out, white people wouldn't be mad. Now, are white people happy about the amount of money that they can make from this movie? Because white people are going to make some money. We're going to white theaters, so we're not going to all black theaters, Smitty. We're going to white-owned theaters to see this movie, right?
But they did the same thing with the Django. That
was
was
the Django
white-owned theaters.
Those white-owned theaters. So you know what? I don't give a damn, dog. If these white people get a couple of dollars off of this shit, it's fine. The food for thought is worth the dollar spent. It's worth it to me. It's worth it to empower the white man's pockets a little bit more to see this depiction that I want to see. Even if I got to go to his theaters.
You know what else? Now that my brain juices are flowing, bruh. You know what else? Another movie that we haven't mentioned. Guess what? Guess who was another black man that was slaying all of these white slaves? And he was even talking to white mannequins. I believe it was a movie called I Am a Legend. Will Smith.
They were zombies.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. No, you can no, you can see it in the face.
They were not white people.
Those were dead white people. Don't do
I Am Legend was not white people. You wilding out, fam. Them were black people.
Those were dead white people.
They were deceased black people, and they made him fight his own people. Because where did I Am Legend happen? What in the Bronx? Or the Manhattan? It was in Manhattan, right?
Passer. The world supposedly was at the end, bruh. So it don't matter what city he was in. It's the world, sir. That's just what he didn't have enough gas to get over to France. Remember, everything is shut down, bruh. He's watching old VHS tapes of TV series because there's no more TV stations.
So you're trying to tell me only white people survived in I Am Legend to become who Will Smith was fighting against?
What I'm saying is that was a black man who obviously was talking to white mannequins.
That is true.
Okay, all right. He was talking to white mannequins.
But hold on. But there's racial disparity in mannequins, though. There is racial disparity in mannequins,
bro. You didn't.
There is, right? There's not that many black mannequins as there are white mannequins.
You didn't see the Dorothy Sundress, the mannequin. Stop it, sir. Listen, Pastor. The fact is this, okay? We have multiple examples in which there was never an uproar. I'm actually on your side. I'm just trying to figure out, sir, why is there an uproar now? Why?
Because black people pretty much put out our own movie, because it was a fairly cheap movie to put out. They didn't spend a lot. And I don't think Hollywood had
I don't think it's about not spending a lot. I think it's more so they made well over what they spent, and that's generally what movies try to do. That's the main purpose. We do the same thing with Drugs in the Hood. We try to flip it,
Yeah, but most movies don't flip. The only movies they had that really flipped was like the Marvels, like the Transformers, the Marvels, the superhero movies. They flip, but most of these white movies lose money. Let's keep it real. Like they do got some classics like Pretty Woman and shit like that. But most black movies are made cheaply and turn a profit. You could argue that black movies being made cheap and turning such great profit is what kept Hollywood alive. Because a lot of these white movies do not turn a profit.
Okay. All right. So I need you. All right. So look, There are plenty of their movies. Now, first of all, if they didn't, then why are most whites for the longest the ones who are getting the Oscars? Why were we so mad? No, stop.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
We got to think about it, sir. Okay, let's tap in. If that's the case, then why is it that we were complaining so many times that Denzel was being railroaded and so many others? So if their movies aren't flipping, then why are they the ones getting the Oscars? So they're the ones getting the Oscars on movies that don't flip. Talk to me about that, sir.
They are, dog. Check this, right? And they are backstabbing and gatekeeping black people away from awards as well. And they movies is trash. They movies is trash. Like white people ain't made a good movie in 10 years. The last movie they made good for cheap was American Sniper with Chris Kyle.
All right, here we go, Pastor. Boom. Here's the $1 million question. Everything you just said, is that objective or subjective? You got the floor.
It's objective because the numbers are there. The numbers are there. The numbers are there.
He gonna get his off. He gonna
the
get his
numbers
off.
are there,
Okay.
dog. The numbers are there. I'm telling you, they have made some trash ass movies, and they have always had to have black people in their movies for them shits to sell. You tell me a movie that's got
I do agree. I do agree that the very day that every single Negro says strike, shit gonna plummet. I agree. Oh, we are more than the backbone. We the brains, heart, lungs. We all types of. We're the digestive system. We everything when it comes to the body work of entertainment. So I agree with you. The very moment that we decide to never dribble again, the very day that we decide to never pick up a microphone, the very moment that we decide to say, "I'm not reading that script," shit, boy,
This shit be done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Like if you look at it, like even if you look at them old John Wayne, if they didn't have Sidney Poitier.
My grandma loves that stuff. All them old westerns. Oh, that's my mom and my grandma, yo. Like they love a black and white western. They do.
And yeah, and back then white people could get away with a 90% cast, but that shit was still boring. And they had to put black people in there. You know how I know? Because I sometimes
You're right. Watch this though. Watch this, because you know what my grandma's favorite show was. Man, God rest her soul, man. Grandma. Her favorite show when it got newer was Texas Walker Ranger. And who do you have? A black sidekick.
Yeah, he had a black sidekick. Did you get what I'm saying? Like black people can always be in high level production as long as they have a white overseer like Blade. That's why I love Blade. One of my favorite movies is Blade, but he had to have that white overseer.
That was not his bruh. That it's not the same thing, bro. Like that's like, all right. So look, right. Say you own your own business, but you got like, I don't know, like a vendor that you partnered with, or a mechanic. So like you your own man, you own all, your home and everything else. But like, you got a mechanic, and when you need your car fixed, that's where you go. Bro, when he needed his sword or all this other stuff, all the things to keep him going, like that was his, like, bro, that's his, like, I don't know. That's
so
like
you're trying to say he like Alfred.
That was more like his
Alfred.
ace. That was more like his, you know what I'm saying? His man's. And then they just fell out. I never looked at him as, out of all 3 or 4, I think it was 3 or 4 of them. I never looked at him as oh yeah, that's I ain't gonna lie. I think that's that down south headspace, but that's okay. I understand my down south brothers and sisters. Y'all a little different with it. Y'all a little different. I'm on the East Coast. But go ahead, though.
Yeah, we gonna call everything, not everything, a lot of things. We gonna call that shit prejudice, nigga. That shit racist. Okay, but that's how we do, yo. We gotta hold them.
Okay, so was Spawn racist?
Yes, it definitely was. Yo, why did they try to make a nigga coming out of hell?
No, because it was a little fat black. I mean, it was a little fat white clown that used to listen. You got to understand. Even then, they had a little fat white man, taunt him all through the movie. But guess what he did? Rebuked the devil, I guess, since that's what you would call it.
Mm-hmm. But he still had to go to hell, though. They still trying to take him to hell.
Because we all know that's the representation that we all got to go through something in life in order to have a story. In order to have a testimony, you have to go through the first 4 letters of that word, sir. He just emerged from the test, to be able to have the testimony.
Okay, you know, you gotta go to some tests to have a testimony. I agree with that. I would never disagree with that.
That's
You know what
all.
I'm saying?
Hey,
But
you know, he had to get his test.
Like Ski Man said, man, Spawn was racist. Now, I think Spawn was real racist. Now that you talk about it,
No, it was not.
Spawn was more racist than Blade.
A black man that was so guarded for his family. What was the number one thing that he made sure he came back from hell to do? What? Look over who? His wife and his daughter. Man, stop playing. That was his whole mission.
Okay, that was his mission. But why they gonna give him a righteous mission out of hell?
Because that is to show how much black men will actually go through hell and back to make sure that we take care of the women and the children, sir. That was a direct message on that. I don't know how you missed it.
Well, I don't want no white man. I don't want no white. For black, I don't want white men telling me that. I figure that out on my own as a black.
Then you
man.
know what, sir? Then maybe you just need to settle for Tyler Perry.
No.
Oh yes, no. All black. It's all black. It's all black. What?
Tyler Perry is definitely not all black. Tyler Perry, no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
I don't see no white people in his movies.
Tyler Perry was an all black since he was doing that. And I'll give you.
I remember. Listen, bro. I'm one of them people. I remember when my friends had VHS tapes of him doing them plays in the church and stuff.
No, they were black. No,
I remember. Like I'm from then, bro. Before the movie.
I'll give you that.
I remember my friends showing that shit.
Yeah. Back then he was real black. Back then he was making black content. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna lie. We did give him a chance back then. The black community did give Tyler Perry a chance back then when he was making those plays, right? And then he lost his way, man. He done went too far with them people. He got bit, dog. He was already bit by something. Then he got bit again. And then
listen, passer. We just got to keep it all the way funky. The fact is this: we need to try to figure out and hone in on why is this one in particular. I'm actually just giving the examples of how many times we have pulled this off. What is it about? Yeah, we pulled it off.
My computer was tripping. My bad. You know, I've been doing Tourette's. The devil trying to get to it. You got it, bro.
Hey, go take a shot of some holy water or something real quick, bro. I'll wait. I'm not even playing. I'll wait for you.
No, it's not me. It's the computer. The devil doing this. The devil. I'm good. I'm covered. I'm covered, brother. I'm straight. Let's go. We ready.
But if you controlling, but if you controlling and showing the computer and you keep saying it's the devil, then who are you, sir?
No. The devil trying to get into the computer, but I'm controlling the show. I'm fighting the devil back. I'm pushing this nigga back. I'm trying to put the devil behind this stream, and he's trying to get in it. That's why I keep having to stop, nigga. I got him. Don't worry. Don't you get distracted by him.
So the devil's backstage trying to get up on the panel.
Yeah, I got that nigga. Don't worry about it. I'm holding him back.
Tell me that that's a black woman.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Thank you. All right. And don't tell me it's a black man.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Cool beans. All right.
I really meant my
none of us are that.
Yeah. I really meant my for some odd reason this cord in my earphones is triggering my it'll start playing spontaneously and shit. But no, I don't necessarily like playing that the black women are devils and black men are devils.
Hold on. What does this ski mask say? Tyler Perry is for you ain't gotta pull it up. Tyler Perry is for black women and gray black men.
Not every
I would say it does cater to the black women, but I would honestly also say that no, because again, like there were a whole bunch of my homies that honestly, you know who Tyler Perry really catered to? Well, man, that's tough because there's a lot of them in there too. But I got a lot of homies that definitely were very much so straight go for it guys, but they were into church, and that was a lot of what he was doing before. A lot of his plays and stuff were in churches or church plays stuff, like you know. And he just put a little twist to it. I'm trying to tell you what we seeing now in the movies. I'm somebody who actually remembers. I never knew about him. I had friends, you know, ladies I might have dated or, you know, talked to and stuff like that. Even some of my cousins and so on and so forth who introduced me to that. So it's people that's like just regular black people, you know, straight and narrow that just really attracted to him because they were original fans. And we all know how that is. Like, you know, when you get big like that and people that rock with you from the beginning, it's a lot of people that's still gonna rock with you no matter which way you go. That's
Yeah,
all.
like his original plays, I would say that black people overall watched
Yeah,
the
black
original
people.
plays.
It wasn't, yeah, it ain't had nothing to do with like, it really didn't in the beginning. As somebody who knows this, you know, from when I've seen how he started, at least. Yeah. It wasn't that.
I don't know about this movie. He got a trailer. He has there's a movie called The Boss Nigga. Let me look this one up. What kind of movies are we making now? We got one coming out called The Boss Nigga.
I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie. He did great in Alex Cross. Cause listen, when I was incarcerated, well, James Patterson. Oh my goodness gracious, bro! I love his books. All of those Alex Cross series and everything, bro. I've read basically every one. Like I actually do read. Like I like to read books. Like I'm into reading tough. And when he did that, the only thing that threw me off was I never pictured Alex to be white. I mean black. That's all. Like that's the only thing. But he did good in that movie. I ain't going front. Now watch this, Pastor. Do you think he had a white overseer?
He probably
did.
He probably did.
So he was bit in that movie too. He got bit.
He got bit, dog. He got bit. Because I want to say this was Ski Mask wanted us to look at. I ain't even gonna play it. I'm not gonna play the music with it. Come with it. This is a trailer called The Boss Nigga. And this, I guess, this is what you were talking about if they flipped it, right? This is another movie, a cinema, which is no white people probably put this one out. So you got two brothers.
Hold on, what's that? Hold on. What's the title?
Boss Nigga. That shit crazy, dog.
What? What? I just peeped that.
This shit crazy, dog. Like, what's going on?
Go ahead and get through this trailer. Go ahead and get through this trailer so I can get my day going, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yo, this shit. Man, I'm about to get off this damn internet. I'm getting off this internet fucking with y'all.
What?
I'm about to get off the internet after this and quit fucking with y'all.
Yeah, I need my vacation, bro. I'm so glad I'm getting ready to take this flight. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need it after this. You niggas are terrible. You niggas are terrible. Wow. And that's what I named this stream. I just named it Wow.
Hey man, what else can you name it, dog? Like this shit be crazy. Like black people and white people have the worst history ever, dog. We need to give it up.
What's wrong with like, but I don't understand. Okay, what's wrong with like, I don't know, boss black man? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? That'd be boss nigga kissing a white woman.
Well, no. Back then, that was a flex. That was a flex, bro. Like, let's just be for real. It's not what it is today, bro. Back in the day, that was like, yeah, we can take your B2, massa.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a flex.
Yeah. But kiss the white woman. Kiss the white woman in front of the white man. Let's go back to that. Kiss the white woman in front of the white. Ow! And then kiss the white woman in front of the white man. So yeah, that was a flex back then. I guess you're right. I give you that. And then drink tea, and have him serve me. Right in.
While smoking the backwood with no weed in it, just the backwood. He got just the wood. That's an actual aromatic.
Blowing up shit, yo. See, shout out to the niggas. I love black cinema, dog. Look at this. Dragging white people down the street.
Oh, now we get, hold on. See, that was the, hold on. Stop. Go back. I want you to stop it. No, watch this. Now I want you to stop it at the gunshot to the hand. Stop it right there. Here we go. Watch this. Keep going. And keep going. Pause it right at that scene when he shoot him in the hand. Pop, stop. Right there. That's Black Jesus. See, that's the hole in the hand. Let you know. See, didn't they say when he come back, we're gonna ask where's the hole? Nah, real talk though. Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying. I think that was their way of saying we do recognize that Jesus was of a melanated complexion. Rock out.
Black.
That was the hole in the hand. That was the hole in the hand to the cross.
You know, and Jason Whitlock did say that there was a Christian value to all these old movies, and that was the Christian value that the black man is in the image of God.
Mm-hmm. Now watch Jesus go ahead and pull this revolver out of his Texas belt.
Let's go. Made in his image, going to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Blowing shit up.
Oh, stop right there. Stop right there. Go back, go right back before it blew up. Right, stop it right as it blew up. We're gonna go even deeper, black people. Wow, that's the burning bush.
Yes.
That's the burning bush.
Yes. Yes.
Rock out. That's the burning bush. Mm-hmm. Look at all the symbolism.
Yeah, he had to rise up like Moses.
What?
All of them, nigga. Shooting like Moses to free his people.
No. Now we up. Peep game. Pause it. Peep game. How many bullets did he shoot? 12. How many was at the table with him at the end of the supper? Rock out.
All them disciples.
And I don't even know how he shot 12 bullets out of a 5-chamber revolver. But I know once upon a time he did feed like 1,000 people with like 2 fish and a loaf of bread. You see the connection? You see the connection. Black Jesus.
Is real. And these cinema, you got to see the greatness and blackness. See, he had a speed loader.
Facts.
Boss nigga.
I gotta go, bro.
I gotta
go. I'm gone, bro.
All right, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. I'm in the stream. Y'all stay
up. Much respect, bro.
Same to you, man.
You are wild for that one right there, bro. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, man. You stay blessed, man.